Friday, Thursday, I think. For all the normal people, Kitty Bonks, hello. Antler Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, thanks. I think. Like one of those Peter Pan boys, didn't they have horns? Or what were they? The donkeys, yeah. The donkey boys. Close cousin. Except without the daddy that Captain Hook was for them. Anyway, welcome to the panel. Hopefully a panel, open panel. I'm just doing my hangout thing. You know, I gotta spend as much time with y'all as I can find. Now that I'm such a busy man. Busy boy. Busy bee. So come on up and tell us about your day or your week. Not much going on in the news. I saw the Supremes are talking about the birthright citizenship issue. Was the big story. And I'll be out tomorrow because I'm off. So I'll be able to do more of a day stream. Oh my God. That's so funny because my coworker was eating a turkey burger for lunch. And so it had put turkey burgers in my brain, and now I'm seeing it from you. That sounds delicious. Are you grilling them? And now I want a turkey burger more than ever. Oh, the same thing happened with the McDonald's fries. Hello, you look
Hello.
different.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe it's the
Maybe
lighting
the
or something.
hair?
Do you have a filter on?
No.
You look.
Although it
Wait,
is.
put your head back or turn to the side. You have some. Oh, it's the shadow of your microphone. Okay, it looked like a bruise.
Oh, this, you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it
Mm.
was making a shadow on the side of your face.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, like it's doing right now. Hmm.
I wanted to hear all about the exciting adventure, but I guess it was just a shadow. What's up?
Not much. I just. Oh, wait, I'm hearing myself.
Oh.
My audio software, There's an option so you hear yourself to test if the mic works, but I forgot to turn it off. So now
Oh.
I'm hearing like schizophrenic reverbs of everything I'm saying. It's really trippy. But there we go. So what do you ask?
You look good right there, like in the devil with the devil, and like you're holding your business card.
Do I have a business card? I have a credit card.
It looks like
Uh,
one on the screen.
yeah. Wait, that's right. It reminds me of the, you know what rappers have on their album? They
Oh,
have
the
parental
PMRC sticker. I
advisory.
was
It reminds me of that.
Jeff, how is it? I have a screenshot from months ago of you wearing pretty much the same exact outfit. You've just switched
He
out the
has a
sunglasses for
uniform,
earrings.
I
the
love
streamer
the oh that's
uniform.
your car. I was gonna say I love the effect that you have on the photo, but that's just your janky background.
Well,
What Yeah, it threw me for a while because I was like, oh, Leggy hardly ever shows himself on camera.
what do you mean? I show myself all the time. What are you talking about?
No, I wouldn't say all the time, but
Oh, I
that's
show myself,
because I
especially
thought it
since I
was
got my
you.
teeth fixed. Dude, I show
Huh?
myself all the
Your
time. What are you
teeth
talking about?
fixed. What was wrong with them?
What are you talking about? What was wrong with him? I had fucking one tooth missing. The fuck?
Just I thought that was normal for up there. No, I'm just kidding.
Just because it might be normal don't mean I want to walk around looking like a
So
fucking
what?
Humpty
Like, well,
Dumpty.
smile for us. What you got it? Look at that.
Dude, I
Oh,
fucking
wow.
Very
So I said,
nice.
someone tried to make fun of my the other day. Have you never heard a down east accent? People do have speech impediments. It's like, what the fuck? That doesn't
Yeah.
mean somebody has a fucking missing tooth. What the fuck?
It looks good.
Exactly. Of course it does.
So you seem that that background is so weird. You seem stationary today.
Well, I'm home. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
outside smoking. but it's nice.
Well, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Well, yeah, I only got a few minutes. I'm gonna smoke this joint, talk to y'all, and then I'm bouncing.
Okay. What you got going on tonight?
No kids.
Oh, okay. Say no
So,
more.
so that means bounce. Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I'm glad we could be your pre-funk, pre-fuck, I guess. Ooh, I don't know.
I
That
should
might have been.
say we. What the fuck is the rooster doing? I've never seen a rooster chase its tail.
Like a dog does?
Yeah, like it's this rooster just literally just ran around like in a circle chasing its own. It's doing it
Oh,
again.
you should
Like
stream
what?
it.
The
Capture it
fuck?
for
Service
posterity,
sake.
possibly eternity, and the AI. It's gonna need all the
It looks very confused right now.
information it can get about the world.
Like
And
what
it
is
will
it
be
fucking
incomplete
doing?
without a rooster chasing its tail now.
I don't have a clue what the fuck's it doing.
Wait, how is it even doing that? Like, they aren't that big, are they? Like, they aren't long. Like, you gotta
Huh.
be like really twisted in the neck.
Yeah, is he just like
Hold on.
dancing?
It's like taking a pirouette, like a ballerina.
Oh, I'm so excited we might get to
Hold on.
see.
See if he does it again. If he starts doing it again, I'll show you.
You
Hold on.
always have the most
Oh,
exciting.
hold on.
Uh,
I gotta see if he does it again before I show you.
Exciting, and it's just
no, the other day
phenomenal.
he had us at the marina on some boats.
Hold on. Is he gonna do it again? Of course
He almost
not.
got abducted by an alien one night. Maybe he
Anyways,
did. So we
what happened?
didn't.
I
We
got
didn't.
a
Yeah, I didn't
haircut,
see him.
so
I just saw your mileage gauge.
well, I know it didn't do it. That's why
Oh, okay.
I'm like it knew it.
Hello, Browns. What's up, Fuzzy? Oh, okay. Well, it's good to see you, and I appreciate your tuning in. Jojo. Oh my God, is that the guy from the
What?
videos? The YouTuber?
What? No,
This is
no.
breaking news.
Is this confirmed? IG, how do we know this is confirmed?
Yeah, fact check.
How do we know? How do we know JoJo's out? Because I want to. He's the first motherfucker to make fun of him.
On the whole internet? Oh, your teeth? Yeah, I
I
wasn't
got my teeth
impressed with
fixed
him
now,
from
you
what I
fucking.
saw in the
No,
videos.
no, no. It was fucked up, right? So he tried to. He caught a screenshot of me, right? And the screenshot he caught of me, it was like you could see like the corner of my mouth. And like he tried to say, like, oh, this motherfucker's missing a tooth. So I woke up to it. And it just so happened I woke up to him trying to troll me on that. Well, that same exact day, my fucking kid turned around, fucking, she was like 2.5, 3 at the time. She fucking got flare on her fucking head back, caught me, and fucking broke that tooth out. I go, motherfucker, here I am about ready to get in a fucking troll battle with this cocksucker, and fucking, he's got me. He's got me. I go, God damn it. But not no more, motherfuckers. Not no more.
That's was so. Do you? Well, y'all think he's gonna
Dude. No, seriously though, I
show
like to
back
see
up on
how,
the internet, or is that gonna be like
oh,
part of his conditions of release?
well, who knows? Cause he, I mean, like legit charges. Like this was on the news and shit. Like this isn't like
Yeah, I
bullshit.
saw the There's a whole documentary of him on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, like legit. Like it ain't no bullshit.
Yeah,
Like he
he seemed
legit
like
called
bad
a
news.
fucking judge and threatened a federal fucking judge. So called
Hey,
Fox
Daniel
News,
Barry.
made threats to Fox. Like I mean, this dude has a little. But I just thought it was funny. He posted a before the he posted a photo of him. It's like I'm like thinking, all right, yeah, maybe when you were a fucking teenage dirtbag, you were like 20, 21, 22, maybe you might have had some abs and shit. But in your current state well, he just got out of jail, so who knows? Who knows now? But at the current state before he went in, he was eating quite well. And I caught an uncanny screenshot of him in a mirror of him as he was walking through a building. I just so happened to, with my keen eye, see the mirror and his fat ass in the mirror, and I caught a screenshot of it. that big old pork chop belly.
Oh. Welcome, Busker.
Hey guys, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Is
Almost
there
Atlantis.
anything to
weekend.
celebrate this Thursday, or is it just
It's the Ides
generally
of
a happy
May.
day?
Of course, we're celebrating.
The
No,
funniest part is the video of the dude of him trying to fight that tall fucking lanky fella with the beard. Now that was hilarious. Dude's like 6 foot, like my height. The dude's about my height, but little, like 6'1" to 6'3". And the
Hmm.
fucking guy fucking with the beard. Just it was funny. It's just it was hilarious. He tried to smack the guy, and the guy tried to kick him.
Oh, in person?
Yeah, like legit shit happened.
Yeah, because he would follow people around with his camera
No,
and
no, no.
harass them and troll
No,
them.
because he did this whole PC repair bullshit, and that's what it is. The guy showed up to pick up his computer or something like that, and Joe wouldn't give it to him or whatever the deal may be. Or
Uh-oh.
Joe was supposed to do, I don't know, something to do with a computer and.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
you? Who are you
That's
trying to catch?
Are you talking
The
to the
duck or
chicken?
the fucking blackbird?
Mm.
No, my kid. We got this
Oh,
chicken,
okay.
right?
Sorry.
So I got this chicken. It's completely black, like 100% completely black.
Black?
Yeah, like every bit of it. The bones are black. The organs are black. The meat is black. Look it up.
Black. I've heard of
It's a
that.
rare bird from
Yeah, I've heard
Indonesia.
of that.
With black meat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
What's
weird.
it called? A black rooster?
Not well. Just type in all black chicken.
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
I bet
Does it
it's
taste
not
like
too
really
Are
good.
you
different?
and Busker coordinating a troll?
No,
No, I'm being
I've
dead
heard of this
serious.
too.
I am Samani, Indonesian chicken breed named black cock.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got one of
A
them.
rare breed of chicken. They
Oh,
cause
God.
hyperpigmentation, making the chicken mostly black, including feathers, beaks, and internal organs.
Yeah,
This
but
is
like
horrible, y'all, and
look up
it's a real
pictures.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
not
look
true.
at pictures
Apparently.
of it. Like the meat is black.
I heard
Look at
about this too.
this.
Yeah,
This
I knew
is
I heard
spooky. Why isn't there a horror movie about this yet?
Yeah, I
Right?
got.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Look at that's what's in your
Damn.
yard chasing itself.
Well, no, I got.
It
I
looks
got
like a
I
shadow.
got a Polish rooster. That's the one that was
Oh,
doing
Look
it.
at this.
God.
This
But
thing is
that's
scary.
yeah,
It looks like
dude. They're
somebody
fucking
took,
expensive too.
Silky.
it looks like somebody took a rooster and spray painted it black.
Yeah.
It looks fake. Doesn't look real.
Right, it looks fake, but it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's
It's
a real
real.
thing.
It's dude that
Dude, they're like
they got an ugly. That one has an ugly ass face.
Hyperpigmentation. They look like cast iron, like
actually
unpainted
Yeah.
metal.
funny enough. That Browns. That's actually quite a hilarious fucking thing. I'm not gonna. Click on Brown Boy's thing here. That's quite a.
I just
gotta
saw
give him,
it.
That's clever. That's a clever troll. That's a clever troll. Touche. Touche. See that's a witty comeback, a funny haha. Good.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Vic.
seriously though, no. So my wife posted a picture of it online. It was like, because we couldn't tell if we didn't know if it was a hen or a rooster. And so people got looking at it and goes, "Is your bird like completely black?" I'm like, yeah. They go, "Well, take the feathers and pull the feathers and look, like try to look in between the feathers, like as close to the skin as you possibly can." And sure
Yeah.
enough, it was all black.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
they said more likely than not, that's what it is.
That's really a rarity, though. That's not like something you see all the time at all.
Well, it didn't take this stream long.
Well,
I wonder what happens if you make a hybrid of one of those and another one.
I don't know. I'm gonna find out though.
You
Yeah,
could
hybridize it.
Lord.
Well,
Is
I
it
don't
just
know.
the one?
Because I told the kids I want to make sure it is one. Because there's another chicken. It starts with a K, Kalani or Kalati or something like that. There's another all black chicken that looks very similar, but the only difference is the gullet or whatever the hell you want to call it there. The beard.
The gizzard.
The gizzard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking that one it's black, but it has tones of red to it.
Oh, yeah, so it might be a hybrid.
So I gotta find out if mine has. I gotta wait till it's full grown to see if it has any red in it and its
Hmm.
gullet. Right now, it's completely black.
Yeah.
Well, you can Google it, Sean, and let us know because my porn filter is turned off. So I don't know what terms to use.
We were that the thing was known as a black cock, and what was that? What
Yeah,
you
in
were reading?
Indonesia,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
black
where it
cock.
came from.
Oh no,
Indonesia, not India. Indonesia.
Leggy,
Yeah, I believe
what
so.
strain you smoking?
uh, this one here is maple drip. It's 31.7%.
Yeah, brother. What are is the terps listed? The terpenes, total terpenes.
Cannabinoids is 39.1,
Yeah,
which is
there's
your terpenes.
nothing listed there.
And then
That's something to look at because if they
this
have
is wetted
like
pie.
that, a lot of places don't have the terpenes listed. Maryland's really good with that.
And then this one here is garlic cocktail.
Garlic what?
Garlic cupcake.
No,
Oh, garlic cupcake cocktail.
no.
That
Cause yeah,
sounds
that's what I. Cause I heard cock
to be
juice,
honest.
and I knew that couldn't be right.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was
Good
And
like
thing
then
too
this is
much of
wetted
the
that.
pie.
aftermath of the black cock.
yeah, the garlic
Wetted
one's
pie.
like a hybrid of probably garlic cookies or garlissimo. I'm guessing.
uh, so it is a hybrid, and it's
Yeah, they're all.
garlic cookies. But garlic cookies is a mix between is a hybrid of Girl Scout cookies and uh what the fuck is it? Garlic cookies and
Is
the
it the
fuck
garlissimo or is that a strain that went? I don't know.
fuck I can't think now. Now I can't think what the hell.
I want to name my kid Garlissimo.
Dude, I can
Garlissimo.
remember. All right, so years and years ago, before the great state of Maine made marijuana legal, I may or may not have peddled some on the side.
There
And
you go.
Wait,
anyway,
what?
I had some. I had some. I got some flour one time. My buddy was like, "Hey, I got a friend. He grows. He goes. It's pretty good shit." And this shit was just as green and straggly as could
Oh,
be,
okay.
right?
I
So,
heard something different.
and I'm just like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, you motherfuckers. So, anyways, I got it. I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. It was garbage. I called. So I fucking called a buddy of mine up. I go, look, I got this shit that's called Green Godzilla. Right? I just fuck it because it was just as green as can be. I go, it's called Green Godzilla. I go, it will fuck you up. Right? I go, it doesn't look like much, but it potent is off. Oh, I wind up getting rid of it, but Jesus Christ, never again. Never again did I buy
So
from that fucking person.
did you actually smoke it and like just get a headache or some shit?
No, no, because I bought it to sell it.
You never tried it,
No, well, I mean, I think I rolled a joint out of it, but that was about it.
and
But
it was
it was
just
just because it was bullshit, really. Because, all right, so
how,
I don't know how to explain it. All right, so the girl I was seeing at the time, I left her the money and was like, all right, so and so's gonna be dropping it off. I go, if it looks good, I go buy it. Well, she bought it, but it was still wet. So not only did so I bought an ounce of it wet. So when it dried, it actually wind up only being a little over a half ounce instead of an ounce, like it was supposed to be.
yeah, shit, man.
So I was like, because I bought it, just because I was going to the college up there and taking a few classes. So I knew some people that would fucking buy a gram here and there. So I was like, all right. So, fucking gramming out a fucking ounce, you could make a little bit of money.
Yeah, nobody bothered to cure the shit. That
Yeah,
sucks.
exactly. So my long story short is it was wet. By the time I dried it, it was less in it. So I pretty much got fucked out of it in the long run. So,
Yeah.
and I just was like, whatever. Here, you want it? You can sell it. You can buy it and sell it yourself.
I've noticed, like back in the day, I once in a while would get some wet weed that was not cured, and it didn't do a damn thing to me. But if I let it sit around long enough, then it did.
Dude, it's funny because last time I can remember going through Baltimore, my dad's, I was a kid. Oh, not a kid, but I was a teenager. And my dad, because my dad's from Baltimore. I think I've told you this and shit. I've lived down there. And
Yeah, yeah.
my fucking dad, he rolls into this fucking, the store, smoke shop type building. Fucking guy that was in it's been there for fucking, Jesus Christ. Well, my dad grew up with him, and the guy's father owned the store originally. So dad just stopped in there on a whim as we would go, because we were heading North Carolina, and dad wanted a joint, and fucking he stopped in there and got a fucking bag from the guy. And dad was surprised the guy was still there, but Jesus. He goes, fuck, I was even surprised he sold it to me, not seeing him in fucking like 20 years, he goes.
What year was this?
This would have been like 2004.
20 years ago, or
Well, yeah, well,
21.
2004 though, so it would have been like 1984 for my dad.
Huh.
74, I mean, 74. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah, my dad, he was quite well, he played ball and shit, like, all them inner city leagues and shit like that there. My dad has fucking trophies and trophies from fucking being on champion, winning. It's
Wow,
crazy.
dude.
Hey Moose, I know. Like when I didn't. I thought Leggy was some old man the first few times he came out. I had no idea what his age was, and that's before I even saw him. His age did not match his voice, which I'm sure he hears a lot.
No, I mean, I
I don't
did.
know. My voice is my voice. I can't do nothing about it, I guess.
No, we like it. I like it.
You know,
I can't imagine you without it now.
pause there. Pause. You gotta say that with a pause, Jeff.
To me, it always sounded like he was maybe in his 30s or 40s. Am I
I
right?
am. I'm what?
Yeah, I figured.
I'm 36.
There you
Almost.
go.
Well,
Oh my
almost
God.
37. Almost 37.
Yeah, 30s or 40s. That's
Yeah,
what I
you are
figured.
younger than I thought.
I figured he was 30s or 40s.
Those were
Eh,
the golden
No,
years.
I
whatever.
had no preconceptions about your voice because I'm a good person. I don't
I
judge.
I don't
mean, I
believe that.
came
Your
up with.
brain had some
Uh,
kind of like
I
reaction.
mean, I thought he was like 16, so I can't say much. Remember? No, I didn't think
Well,
he
I
was that young,
was.
but I thought he was like 18 or 17,
Yeah.
18.
Well,
My
that's pretty
avatar,
accurate.
my avatar is a picture of me when I was 16,
Oh,
Ooh.
let me see.
1996. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you do look young.
playing the guitar, left-handed guitar. Yeah, I was like, it was so hard to find left-handed guitars back then. Now it's like much easier. Internet and all that. Yeah,
What do you
internet
need help with?
was anything back then.
Oh, you want me to put your net up? Is that what you're saying? Hold on. I gotta put my kids' tennis net, badminton net, whatever, volleyball
Oh
net, whatever the
yeah,
fuck it
I
is. Hold
remember
on.
those. Those were
Give me a
fun.
second.
That is so fun.
The shuttlecocks, the
You know, I,
birdies.
I feel like there's something that's been consistently on your mind since this stream started, Jeff.
You brought it up.
Yeah, well, you're the one continuing it. I don't know how that helps your image, and
I don't know. I don't think I have an image anymore. I don't know what my image is. What's left of it? You know what? You and Busker talk, and I'm gonna go grab another cup of coffee and come right back.
Man, if I do
Okay,
that,
for sure.
I've already had some cappuccino, whatever it is. But yeah, if I try to do another one of those, I'm gonna be like, oh, like crash. I
Yeah,
never really used to get that when I was younger, but as get older, it's just like, oh man, what the fuck? I used to love coffee. What the hell?
yeah.
I guess
I'm not much of a coffee guy, but I eat a lot of sugar, and it's basically the same thing. It just, you know, ups and downs. But
yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like it
stimulant.
changes with age. It changes with age because you have so much energy, and
That's
when
very
you're young, that even the crashes aren't that bad. But then when
exactly.
you're older,
Yeah.
it's way worse.
And like the hangovers, I just I can't I if it's a holiday and I get drunk, I regret it for about a week.
Ooh.
So I mean, it's just like one of those things.
For that long, like because the
Like,
hangover lasts that
oh
long, or
yeah,
just
well, an MS hangover is different than a regular hangover. It's not even a headache. It's just like I'm neurologically screwed up for like 3 or 4 days, and I have bladder issues, all kinds of neurological. I know I shouldn't get into it again, but
Yeah, it's on stream somewhere.
that's my
Yeah.
life. I've said that 1,000 times on here. It's just is what it is, man.
well, it is what it is. And
Dobez, what's new with you? Did you do all your tests?
no, I have one exam left, but I think since the last time we spoke, I've done one more exam, uh, which was cognitive psychology, and now all that's left is biological and genetic psychology. What do you mean?
What is
Small?
small diverger?
Dvergir, that means dwarves. But small means nothing.
Little dwarf?
I'm assuming he meant. Wait, what am I saying? That's not even a Norwegian
Bit
word.
of schmoo.
I just typed something without thinking. No, this.
Oh, is that a
is
Norwegian
small.
keyboard?
Yeah, I got it on Norwegian. Can you see it if I tilt down? Do you see the keyboards?
I
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Because I don't see. I gotta like lean down to see what I see on the
I
camera.
can
No.
see the touchpad. That's it.
It
Yeah.
looks like Tolkien writing. This is cool.
Well, we only have
Elven.
3 extra words. We have a, ö, å.
Wow, that sounds like something you'd hear at in a sex
In a porno.
transaction. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
They both had
you
our
use
minds for the
you use
gutter.
the sounds as
An
well.
Elven porno.
Like when you say bad, you use the letter a. You just write it as an a, and in fact, in Old English, you actually used that letter for that sound. But
Yeah,
in
bad.
Modern
Yeah.
English, you've discarded a lot of those sounds and just
That was before the
smooshed
Great
everything.
Vowel Shift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
although I think this is a bit before that. In that a lot of I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
I
that
don't
happened
know
in
English history.
Middle English.
Yeah, around Shakespeare's time, I believe. But
Chaucer.
no. So what's been happening is I finished an exam. Aside from that, not much special is going on. Oh, there is Constitution Day in. Well, it feels like it's in 2 days, but technically it's tomorrow because I'm already in the next day. Like it's 1 a.m. But that's in a bit,
Wow.
which is strange because I usually celebrate that with my family, and now I'm stuck up here studying for an exam instead. But
Y'all could do it by video.
oh, well, that is so cringe. I hate like being the
Y'all
only
come do it
guy in the
here.
video. Like, oh, say hello to this guy. Say hello to him. Like that is so.
No, it's
viscerally
just like
frustrating.
this. Like y'all just hop on a Zoom call or something. It's
No,
just like
it's
a panel.
not. Because everybody else is in physical life.
Oh, because they're all in the same room together.
Yeah, everybody is gathered, and then it's me on the phone. Like that is, ugh. I hate it.
What we did one year for Christmas is we put one camera and people took turns and they each came and talked a little bit and caught up, and then the next person would come and sit and you talk to them for a little bit.
I'd rather not be there than I have my entire life before me. I can be with them next year, and that, which I don't know though. Maybe I won't be next year because it's in the middle of
Who's winning?
exams. It's between 2 exams, and it might be that next year as well. But
Mm.
you know, you do what you do. I
Joel,
do get a really long summer vacation, and so I
Joel
just
does what? Do you have to wake up tomorrow?
no. There's no lectures or anything. They've ended, so I have complete freedom on when I need to wake up, which
That's
is,
awesome.
you know, maybe not
If
entirely
you would have
beneficial.
broke the back of my damn Jeep out,
What?
yeah.
Man, he's even
What the
feistier in
hell
person.
was that? Like, don't be doing that
He's
dumb
holding
shit.
himself back on here.
Like seriously, don't do that dumb shit. That's how shit gets broken. Fuck, man. Fucking teenagers, man. Fucking 15 and 16, fucking going on fucking 30 and 40. Fuck,
Were
man.
they hoodlums?
No, well, no, they're not
Oh.
hoodlums. I mean, they're both honor roll students, and one's an athlete and one's a damn
Well, what were they doing?
bookworm.
That's the best that.
Oh, well, they're outside playing, what the hell is it? Cricket or whatever the fuck, not cricket.
Pickleball.
No,
Badminton?
not fucking badminton. There we go, badminton.
Oh.
She just
Badminton.
took the damn, but then she took the damn, she missed, and she thought it was funny to, you know, try to rage out, you know. So, but she took the damn,
Rackets.
racket. There you go. I'm stoner right now. Stoner brain. Anyways, took the racket and fucking threw it, and it literally come that far from hitting the fucking back of my Jeep. My whip.
Damn.
Ooh.
Rage out in badminton.
In that case,
Well, she
you
was
got-
just trying to be funny.
all you got to
know,
do is like
Right.
back up, and just run over it.
Hey, track.
Well, you know, the rackets are expensive too. Actually, I don't know how expensive they are.
Well, apparently
just-
that person didn't care if she threw it.
How old is she?
15.
Oh,
Now,
okay. Yeah,
now
that's
you're
like
gonna
mean
throw a
girl age.
baseball.
Y'all
They're
have
very
some
fickle,
interesting
it sounds.
badminton games. Ours was nothing.
You got it
Nothing
stuck
like
in the
that.
tree, really? Oh
Huh?
my
You know-
fucking word! Hold on.
Well, don't take us with you.
Exactly.
No, seriously. If it didn't, yeah, it's not. It's
Yeah,
good. It's cool.
Personal.
Yeah.
But, you know, what was I going to say? Yeah, no. We, badminton was actually a big part of my childhood because it was sort of, you know, my dad, he used to play it as, when he was little. And, you know, he chose to go into floorball professionally, but he could have dedicated his time to badminton. But it was one of the earliest sports. Like, I remember on camping trips, we would always play it. But all our rackets are from the time he played it, when he was like 17 and 18. So, like, we have like 20-year-old rackets that we still use to this day. And oh man, have you played with like a proper professional, like old time puck? Because it's made out of goose feathers.
Yeah, I
And
was
if you
wondering.
hit a bit too hard, like a feather just falls out.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so
Geez,
really
like,
fun.
I was wondering about that because, like, I remember it being like a ball, like a rubber ball with mesh surrounding it.
Yeah, the plastic mesh.
Yeah, I remember that. So they use regular feathers. That's kind of not really productive.
Well, they didn't have plastic
Yeah.
back then, so you know they had to use something. And goose feathers apparently
Just keep
was the
gluing
real
them
deal.
on. Just keep gluing them on and keep gluing them on. Oh shit!
Well, considering it was a upper class sport, I doubt they were gluing it on.
Yeah,
They probably
right.
had like a master of the badminton puck, like, you know, a dedicated courtly position for it or something.
Or maybe they wove them in. I don't know. I mean, like, do you know if they just glued them on or they wove them in or somehow?
I don't know. You know, I just have them in my garage. I don't know how they're
Wow,
constructed or whatever.
That's old school. If you is it, or they still do that?
Well, that, like, the packet we have them in is new-ish. Like, it looks like it's from the 90s. So it's, you know, they're probably still constructed, but I don't think they use it professionally. but it's still something you want to do. Like if you want to buy an old school football that was used in like the 1890s, like a type of football that was used back then, you could still probably buy it. It still exists because there is some market from that sort of old school classic style, and it's fun.
Reproductions,
Yeah,
or yeah, because like I'm sure a lot of that stuff that's that old probably isn't too good.
but it is better. It does feel better to play with. Like it just flows better in the air. It really does. But
Like
it's very, very demoralizing when it's your hit that makes a feather fall off. Because that, my dad, when he walks in the kitchen, he's going to look out of us in a drive yard playing, and he's just going to see like 2 or 3 feathers on the ground and he's just going to stare at us like,
You have to save the feathers?
no, there's nothing we
Oh,
can
I
do
was
about
just
it.
kick
Like,
them away. Like, don't leave them on the ground.
well, we're
Jeez.
honest people. We're honest people.
Oh.
And, well, okay, to be fair, though, he has a whole like cup of them, because badminton pucks, they come in like a jar, like you have them stacked in a little cylinder. He has like 10 of them, so it's no big deal, but it still acts like it's a big deal when a feather or two falls off. But the funny thing is that when I've played with him, it just feels like he is the one that's hitting them off more often than I am. And he'll probably say that it's because he's better at the game, so he hits better and harder. Maybe it's worse. He just ruins the pucks. So it's probably better though. But I'll never admit that to his face.
What's the update?
update.
To Leggy, like
Yeah.
the scoop.
Oh, the thing stuck in the tree.
It's
Alright.
the racket is or the
Not-
the birdie?
The
puck.
bird, the little
Oh.
birdie.
That tends to
Fuck it.
happen.
It's supposed to blow tonight. It'll come out. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
That's all right. Look, I bought my kid this $250 drone. Right? I said, do not use it until I'm home to try it out. And do not fly it in our yard because we have trees all around us. Not only did she come outside to fly it because she thought she could figure it out on her own, that she brought it out, flew it in the air with her cell phone on it
Oh God.
to take pictures. And, well, it's now in the woods over there.
Oh
So-
shit.
So, because she come out, it was windy. She didn't know how to control it that well. She went way up and it went. Phew. I was
And-
like, motherfucker. I found
And
the
her
phone, but I
phone's
never
with
found.
it.
But I never found the. No, I found the phone, but never
Oh,
found
you
the
did?
You
Yeah.
could call the phone and find it. Is that how you found the phone? You just called it?
Well, I did the Find Me app, but yeah.
Oh,
same
okay.
thing.
That's yeah. So
Same
that's
thing, yeah.
that's I'm out of step, dude.
Paramotors. What are paramotors? Is it the little bicycle planes?
Is that the one where you have like a propeller on your back and you like sit as if you're in a wheelchair, like with a big
Yeah.
propeller and then like a huge
Yeah,
like.
I think so. Something like that.
I
Yeah.
want one
Yeah.
of those, dude.
I
want
remember-
one of those.
I remember watching that when I was younger, and like, awesome, he's going to McDonald's. And then like a few years later, I just get recommended of a video of a guy like crashing it and being completely like deformed legs. And after that,
no.
I kind of lost all interest in it. It just,
It's
doesn't
these
look as
things.
appealing anymore.
Oh my god, that looks fun.
Looks dangerous.
It
as
does. It does look fun. It also looks very, very dangerous.
Well, I mean, I don't even have to go that high. Just
that-
with like even what she's doing looks fun.
shit. And I just see that and think
It's
of
not the height, Jeff. It's the landing.
losing the legs.
But if you're not that high, the landing's not gonna.
Yeah, well, a fall can be fatal. Like if it's
yeah.
like 12 feet,
A
if
similar
you,
drone
and
story
you can
time.
break bones really easily. So
There's somebody in the back
oh,
named Filthy Phil. Does anybody know
No.
Filthy Phil? Phil, do you have a channel? Go ahead and drop your link.
I should really make some content to
Wait,
promote to.
Jax, they take it to McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. That's the video I saw when I was younger. Him driving to McDonald's and stuff with it, and taking it through a drive-through.
Hmm.
Oh, here it begins
Track,
again.
you know Phil?
Huh?
But is it a real Phil?
Well,
No?
they have their cam on. They have it's a guy
Oh.
with shades.
Two can play the game.
Yeah,
of
if
shades.
Untrackable knows you, that's your channel. Okay, hang on.
Two can play that game.
Oh, okay. So you vouch for him?
I mean, I don't feel like Untrackable will say that.
No,
So,
I don't
if
think
it
he would
wasn't
either.
true, so.
Unless this is just like one long game troll. All right, let's see. Okay, 1 second. Filthy. I'm just gonna call you Phil. We don't have a lot of Phils around here. All right. Don't porn bomb me.
I'm not. Salute
All
to
right.
all you. How y'all doing?
What's up?
What's up, man? I think
So
I take my shades off if you want. It's all
you
good.
what?
I take my shades off.
Oh no, do whatever you want.
Yeah. I was just hey, I'm just hopping in panels, seeing live panels and seeing what's going on, and that's all it is. I ain't
Oh,
no
okay.
troll. I'm not gonna porn bomb you, none of that shit.
All
I'm
right, I
filthy Phil.
appreciate it.
Peace and love to everybody.
So you know Track?
Yes.
Okay.
I know probably over a year. So I'm gonna
Oh.
again, YouTube streets, we travel, we go around and we just find panels and we just come on and try to learn from people, put our input on conversations that may be something that might entertain my thought process or so on and so forth. That's all it is.
Okay. Well, welcome. We like that.
Is that
Appreciate that also.
you're talking about the dude who shaved his beard? Is that the one?
Yeah, Untrackable.
Untrackable.
Yeah. And he grew a thick ass beard,
he
bro.
shaved his
Within,
beard?
like 5 months. He had a
Yeah.
full ass beard, like a
What
goddamn
did I
Amish
tell you?
beard.
Follow through, right?
It was big, man.
Bring your hand into the glove with the ball.
And he didn't shave, yo. He didn't
No,
shave
don't
for like
put your
probably like
don't
9
catch
months.
don't put your
That's all
hand in
it
and catch it this way. When the ball comes into the mitt, the webbing of your mitt, follow behind with this glove, with this hand.
Maybe
Throw it.
pots and
Because then your
pans is
hand's
gonna
right
do
there.
it.
Then you can take it, do your crow step, and throw it. You know what I mean?
Salute to Vinny Pots and
Well, that's
Pans.
why you wear your batting glove when you're in the field.
Badminton glove?
Hey,
Yeah.
Vinny, what's up?
How you gentlemen doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
Hey, Mr. Is it Lingy? Is that your name, Luigi? I mean, I
Leggy.
can't see it.
Leggy.
Leggy.
Leggy. Okay, Mr. Leggy. My son had a drone, and I was on 35 acres, and I leased some of my property to a cornfielder. He grew corn, and my son had a drone, and the drone flew into the cornfield, but he had his camera or his phone on the actual remote, but we lost the drone and we found it a year later. It was all just for the goddamn cropper for the corn.
Wow.
It was all broken.
I'm
I
sure.
told
How
her
did
all
you
drone
find
was
it?
I'm
broken.
Just
clearing
randomly?
out through the woods, so slowly I'll find it. I'm sure of it. But
You'll find it.
But it ain't
Hopefully
gonna
you'll
work,
find
I
it
don't
if it still
imagine.
works.
Well, the funny part about it was that we actually had video footage where it was going and where it was crashing, so we had a general idea of where it was at, and we still didn't find it. And we found it after the corn got cropped down, and we found it in some soil, all in pieces.
Hmm.
So it's
So it's
out
kind
there.
of funny, but I heard that story. It was kind of funny. I related to it.
Is it like flying the remote control airplanes we had as kids?
No. Well. First of all, when you say kids, I'm not sure what time frame you grew up at because
Oh, let's say the
I,
70s.
okay, I was born in '78, so I grew up. I had rockets, and we had paper airplanes and like rubber
Yeah.
band airplanes.
Yeah.
You know, so when you say that era, and we didn't have that tech field like we have now with drones
Oh
and
no no.
airplanes that are remote control.
we we had all the dangerous stuff.
Like that was a good time though. That was a good time though.
It
Personally,
was
I feel
yeah,
like
dude. It was 70s and 80s, even the 90s.
that was the best time, dude.
I
From
think so too.
2010 on, that's when everything's really gone to hell. Let's just be real.
The what?
2010.
All the
See-
life I can remember. Horrible.
Oh.
Yo, personally,
Yeah,
like
you missed out.
here,
Sorry, kid.
for example, there's just kids in my neighborhood. They all got electric bikes, and you know, I live uphill. I got uphill area, downhill area, but these kids on these goddamn bikes, and they don't got to pedal nothing at all. They have a little control on the throttle, and they just ride 30 miles an hour, electric bike. They don't even got to do anything. Like back in the days,
What?
we used to go on ramps and jump kids. You know, jump over your friend. You know what I mean? And if I landed on you, I might have fucked up, but we learned. We learned from jumping over people. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, these kids are all goddamn pansies. They got remote control, goddamn bicycles. They just full throttle. They don't got exercise at all. They don't even goddamn walk. They're on
I
goddamn
know
bikes.
it's crazy.
We used to go outside until the lights came out. You didn't even go home. When the school was finished, you went
Mm-hmm.
home. You might have had a
Yep.
snack and you went outside and you were outside the whole time. You didn't come
Mhm.
home until the lights came out. These kids
Yep.
now, they come
Except for
home.
dinner time. Except
Yeah,
dinner time. You always
they
had to
come
go home
home
for dinner.
now. They want their goddamn food ready. You pamper me, all this shit. Electric bike. I don't got to pedal it. I got a flat. I can't put the
Dude,
goddamn
everybody
flat.
used to
We
know
had to
when it
make
was
our own
dinner
food.
time because my mother would stand out on the porch and yell, because who knows where we were in the neighborhood, you know? So she would stand up on the porch and she would yell out my whole name, and everybody would know it was time to go eat because
Yeah.
my
And you
mother
know
was
what's so
yelling at
crazy?
me, so it must be
The
time for them
neighborhood knew
too.
it. The neighborhood knew it. It wasn't even your own parents. Like the neighbor who knew your mom and whatever knew you as a kid. Like, yo, it's time to go
Yeah.
home. And they took care of
Dude,
each
when I
other.
got my driver's license, right? So the state cop that lived in town, he would clock me speeding. He wouldn't pull me over. He would tell my parents because he knew in the long run the punishment was going to be worse for my parents than any court could ever do. You know what I mean? Really, in
Absolutely.
retrospect. So like the cop, he was like, fuck. So because I can remember one time I was, fuck man, I was I was cruising up through what we call the C&D, the Du Bois stretch. I was cruising. And he clocked me doing like 85, 86, something like that. And it's only 55. He could have pulled me over, arrested me, could have fucking took me to jail. Well, I get home, my dad's like, what the fuck happened? What were you doing? How fast were you going? I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I have a pretty good report. Says you were driving like a bat out of hell. Go, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, give me your fucking keys right now. And this was the like when cell phones like started to get a little bit smaller, and they went from being like the Brook Nokias to like the little chunky flip phones. He's like, give me your cell phone. So like I had to give him that. No, I couldn't go out with my girlfriend. Like all kinds of shit. Court would have just gave me a ticket and fucking took my license for 6 months. I still had all kinds of rides. You know what I mean? But with my dad,
Yeah.
the other ones, I wasn't allowed to do shit for like a
Speaking of
month.
phones, that Nokia is called a candy bar phone because it's the size of a candy bar.
Yeah,
But
that's what
that
it is.
but
Yes.
but that Nokia phone to me, even to this day, that is the best cell phone of all
Yeah.
time.
Dude, I can
I
remember
believe.
I had one, lost it in the snow. It was out there for fuck God, who knows how long. Found the motherfucker, and it was still on.
Yeah.
And like this was days later. Like days later.
I had it with my car. I remember with my car. Someone I lost it on my hood. It was on the road. It been hit multiple on the road. It still worked, dude. That Nokia phone was ancient. Like that
Uh,
and it had the game Snake. The game Snake. Where you gotta find the
Yes,
goddamn
yeah,
dot.
Snake, yeah.
Yeah, that was the shit, bro. I love that goddamn cell phone. But I also appreciated the time where we didn't have cell phones. You know, where we had collect calls where you would call somebody and just say, pick me up here and then hang up. You didn't have to
yeah.
pay for it.
Or you'd have your little
Yeah.
codes.
Yeah, your little
And
codes like y'all
you
in
have to
high
find a
school.
payphone to call from though.
That's right.
Yeah, but you know what's
Pagers.
so funny? Yo, you would sit there and wait because they knew the message. It might be a half hour, it might be 45 minutes. Nowadays, with cell phones, oh, where you at? Where you at? I'm still sitting here. You know what I mean? Back in the days, you just sat there. You didn't complain.
Yeah,
You
because
just
you knew it
sat
was
there
gonna
and
take
waited.
time.
And when they got there, they got there. You got a ride, they're gonna be here, dog. And you just sat there and you decided to kill time. Whatever it
And
was.
spend time by the payphone and all that shit.
Nowadays, I hate texting, bro. Like, it's so funny. I have over 600 mixed texts on my phone. I answer no text. If you text me, I ain't gonna answer you. I call you.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If you call me, I see a missed call, I will call you back if I know you. If you text me, I'm not gonna answer you shit. I don't want to answer shit. What you want me to answer you? If it's that
Do you read
important,
the
you call me.
text at all?
Nothing at all. You know what I
Oh,
see? Honest to God, I see the intro to the text. Like
the
say it's my
first few
wife.
little words.
Yeah, like, oh, did you get the blah? I don't even
Yeah.
open it up. Whatever, dude. I'll call you up. What's up? I texted you. I'm like, what you needed? Okay, cool. All right, I got you. I want to hear the fucking verbal fucking voice message, bro. I
Yeah,
want to hear
that's
you
the
see
old
in my
timey
face.
way. That we used to do everything like that. We'd
That's how we did
coordinate
it, bro.
complex plans through telephone trees with
It was
people.
actual communication. It's
Right, and you'd
communication.
all show up at the same
Dude,
time where you're
map
supposed to be, or
quest.
you get left out.
I
Yeah, bro.
remember, right, when I was in the service, right, to go on any trip at all, you had to
Salute
give
to your
your
service,
full
dog.
itinerary with a copy of MapQuest with directions of where you were going to have
Yo,
it
I didn't
proved.
even have MapQuest. I had an Atlas, dog. I didn't even have MapQuest.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
kept one in the glove box, and you
hey,
had the
Yeah,
trust
big
me,
one
I
on your
know how to use an
floorboard.
atlas. Trust me, I can use an
yeah, I went in
atlas.
the glove box, dude, for the whole goddamn
But
United States.
Yeah,
That's some good shit, bro.
like yeah, I
The
can't
old
imagine any other way to do it until they came out with.
But back in the days too, you also knew people's numbers. Like nowadays,
Yeah,
who's that
dude.
number? Oh, hold on, let me look it
I don't
up.
even know my own number.
Yeah, dude. Before you knew everyone, it's in your head, bro. It's still into your head. You had it, and if I
Yeah,
told you
you knew every.
I'm
I
gonna
was
meet
like a
you at
walking
7,
telephone directory. I knew so many numbers by heart.
if I told you I'll meet you at 7 o'clock and you show up at 7:30, 7:45, we waited till 7:45, 8 o'clock. And bro, he's gonna be here. He's gonna be here. Maybe something's going on. And then after 8 o'clock, you didn't show up. You go home. Like, what's up, bro? Oh my bad,
hey,
something happened.
her legs
And it
hurt.
was
Stop
legit.
chasing her.
It was legit.
Welcome track.
What up, track? Salute to you, homie, with your big ass beard, motherfucker.
Did you
Yeah,
trim? Something looks
yeah,
different.
that's trim, dog. That's a nutsack trim. That's a nutsack trim. He had a big ass beard before, dog.
Yeah. Then he shaved it down
Oh,
to
we
nothing.
know.
It was just like a shadow, a 5
Oh,
o'clock
yeah,
You know
yeah.
shadow.
That's
what?
more than it
I'm
was,
envious.
but
I'm envious of his goddamn beard. This guy's beard grows fucking 10 inches in 2 days. It's like easily. It just comes out.
What's
No,
up?
it's all about in the frequency in which you see somebody. You know, you say, "Oh, your beard grows fast," but you know, some people shave their
You know, track,
faces, and
track,
you could
track,
never know.
track. Listen, track. I haven't shaved. Honest to God, bro. This is what I got after 3 months, and I just trimmed it to make it
What?
look legit.
No,
This is
man.
all I got, dude. This is all I got, dude. And I trimmed it to make it look full. And this is fucking 3-4 months of growth, dude. That's all I got. And I'm 47 years old. I can't even grow a beard if I wanted to.
What?
How does this
Oh
work?
my god.
It's
Okay.
all about genetics and be the best you can be. That's just the way it is.
Hey, listen. I saw my dad. He had a beard and he had a hairy ass. So if you got a beard, you got a hairy ass.
Hairy ass daddies.
That's how I look at it, bro. If I got a baby face, I got a baby ass. But you got a hairy ass face, you got a hairy ass, dude.
Well, I guess
I love
you
you, Track. I love you, Track. I was giving you shit, bro.
Hey, I got a braided. I braid my tail. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you got dingleberries, dog. You got
We've seen
dingleberries
your
in that
tail.
heavy ass.
What do you?
It must have been Jax.
Oh shit. That's some funny shit, bro.
Oh, it's all good.
Absolutely, bro.
It's just
How's the
air.
life, Jack? How's the life, baby? Life doing good? We alive? We doing
Hell
good?
yeah.
Thank God for
Living the
today.
truth.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another day of life that we got granted by God to give us. So thank God for that shit.
Yeah, man.
Enjoying the people as always. You know how it is.
Hey,
Smoking.
absolutely, bro. Thank you. Whose panel is this, by the way? First of all,
Gen X
and
Jeff's
This
panel.
guy.
Jeff.
Mr. Gen X, thank you, sir, for allowing me on here. I appreciate you. I understand that people go on videos and they do this porn bomb shit and they fuck panels up, but I appreciate you letting me up.
Well,
And Bacon Track
yeah,
to let them know that I'm cool, dog.
we appreciate you
Appreciate
coming
you,
up.
dog.
We love meeting new people.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I got you.
I feel like
I
I've
don't
ran into you in a panel before, though. I'm
maybe.
positive.
I've been in a few panels here and there, but I don't like drama. And
Yeah.
anyway, sometimes I
This
do
is
my
the
own
drama
panel.
oasis
Yeah,
where
sometimes I do
people
my own
come to
panels.
take a break from all that.
But I realize that when you do your own panels, that sometimes the drama comes because you do your own panel. And it's also hard, dude. Shout out to you, Gen X, for doing this goddamn panel because
You're brave.
you
You
know
do that.
coming on and holding panels, doing the live, letting people up, taking a chance of meeting new people. Like shout out to you for that, dog. It's a pain in the ass doing that shit.
Oh, I love it. I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I have not.
It depends on who you let up and in what combination. That's the art of
Yeah,
managing the drama. Because if you let on the wrong person, it's gonna draw the
you're right
drama
about
crowd.
that. And
Or if you let
sometimes
the wrong combination of people on, it's gonna start drama.
also, but I've also found out that sometimes the right combination of the right people at the right time just makes for a fucking wonderful panel,
It's
dude.
magic. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like magic in a moment. You can't even control it. It just happens, dude.
yeah. I love those.
So do I. You're right about that shit. I love that shit. Because we're all human beings, and we're all from different parts of the world, different states. We're all different races, but we all have one common thing. I can't say what it is, but we all do. And it's
Humanity.
cool. It's cool when we all unite in a panel of maybe 5, 6. The bigger the panel, the harder it is to unite.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I'll give you that one.
100%.
What's the
But
the best size you found? Like, what's a good number?
I believe 5 is a good number.
5.
I think 3 is the best. Because 4, it just gets so hard to manage and have proper
True,
conversations.
And I
true.
love this. This is so comfortable to me. Like 6, 7, 8 people is a nice
Yeah, like
little.
I'm sorry to cut you guys off. I believe sometimes when you have too many folks on a panel, it can be so overwhelming because we have too many views that can sometimes crash with thoughts that are trying to get across to people or
And
communicate.
also when you're too many, it ends up being that 2 or 3 guys say most of the stuff, and then the remaining 2 or 3 are just wall decoration.
Yep.
Yes.
And that might not be, if they're either way just going to be decoration, then it would be beneficial for the panel for them to be in the background. But simultaneously, what if they want to say something, but then it's going to be more difficult for them to join in because there's
What
already
makes it?
like a going
Why can't they
conversation
just
between 2 or
talk?
3.
So
Well,
how do you
if
decide
other
that?
people are
So,
talking,
but so how?
Grab the mic.
Okay, I understand your view because I've been on panels where someone's in the background for 3 hours and they didn't say a word. It's just quiet. They're just sitting in the background, taking up the space. So if we pick a number of 6, for example, let's just say we pick 6. Like today, we're having a good conversation. Everyone's going good, and 3 of us aren't saying a word. So do you decide because they don't want to say a word? After what time do you decide to throw them off? You know what I
I
mean?
don't even notice.
'Cause-
yeah, well, maybe it's better if it's just self-structured, that you don't always need to be very controlling. If
Hmm.
over time, you learn that next time maybe Jeff won't let you on if you don't speak, or if you're gonna join, you probably want to speak. I mean, because you can listen from the comments, and so I do not I can't really understand someone who just joins to listen, like, because you already do that in the comments, so you have to have something
I got
that you
you.
want to say, and then it's also difficult to join in if there's too many people.
It
Because
gives you a
again, there's
sense
so
of
many people.
being among people. And I used to run support Zooms during COVID, and there were people that would join just to sit and have that feeling of being part of a community or around other people.
That is
So
very
I
true.
can imagine like many reasons why people would join and not participate. So I guess that's why it doesn't even register to me. I don't even
Well,
pay attention to that.
some people like me, for example, I don't usually speak if it's like a subject I don't really know nothing about. So like if I'm up here talking in a conversation and people are going back and forth talking, I'm not gonna I try not to interrupt the conversation
Right.
if it's a good flow.
But
You
if it's
know what
something
I
like
mean?
black cock,
Then you
Jeff,
join.
Jeff, Jeff, pause. No homo, buddy. You gotta make sure you use them words towards at least me, buddy. At least
this is
me.
an entertainment channel, YouTube.
Well,
We're just
well,
having a
well,
good
look,
time.
look. Phil, buddy. Wow. That's pretty prerogative right there. Jesus. Wow.
I'm gonna need some more black coffee soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's some funny shit. But you know what?
But I don't want to
And
cut you. Go
also,
ahead with what you were saying. I'm sorry.
You and your
yeah,
fucking
That you
Jesus.
participate when it's a topic you have something
Well,
to
yeah,
say
and I
about.
think some
Yeah.
people are like that. Or like there's sometimes when there's certain people on panel you just can't get a word out edgewise anyway. So
Yep.
And
no,
this is a third place anyway, so it's kind of informal, unstructured, and voluntary. People are free to come and go and get what they need out of it.
yep.
It's
Well,
good just to talk to some people, man. It gets lonely around these parts.
it does. Hey, how are they coming on the Key Bridge, the new Key Bridge?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. They haven't
Jeff,
really spoken about it too much.
or somebody that with a computer, can we have some check-in of how the Key Bridge progress is coming in Baltimore?
Yeah, let me check that out. Let me see this.
I got a buddy, and he's an Air Force veteran, and he did the sheet metal type of stuff for airplanes
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
all the riveting and stuff like that. And when he got out, he went to work for a steel company, and they get contracts for stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's part of some of the girders and the things that are needed for that project. I'm pretty sure he's working on them right now.
Well, so in my travels, one time I was in the USO and because I did ComNav, communication navigation systems, and I was in the USO waiting for my flight, and I got talking to this gentleman, and he works for, I think, Boeing, and he did this. He did the same thing in the Air Force that I did, and that's what he does in the civilian. And he was talking to me, and he's saying like, starting out entry level in this particular what they classify as entry level. He goes, you're still making 85, 90, and this is 2009ish. He was talking to me about, so I would assume now it's probably maybe closer to 100,000. But I kind of wish I would have taken his advice and looked into it instead of fucking coming back here and working in the stern of a boat. But same sense, I love what I do, so
Hey,
I can't
Leggy,
really.
I found a good answer to your question about the Key Bridge, Francis Scott Key Bridge. I'll put the link in the back for you. keybridgerebuild.com.
Zad, that's from the bad lip reading video.
Yeah, some of those are funny
I
as
just
shit.
saw it today. It was hilarious.
How about the fucking raccoon that was smoking meth? That was fucking
Yeah, dude,
hilarious.
that's fucking crazy.
Hey, Waffle.
Joey, Mr. Waffles, what's up, buddy?
yo, hey, Leggy, is that you talking about aviation shit? Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Out of curiosity, what's it cost to get aviation like classes? Like,
I
if
don't
you
know.
want to become a
I
pilot,
did my shit through the Air Force, so I don't know. I never took any classes for the aviation or any avionics or anything
okay,
in the
okay,
civilian world.
okay.
Yeah,
I was in the Marine Corps.
but
Thank you for your service, sir,
yeah,
very much. With that being said, so you got aviation knowledge in the military. So
well,
let's
yeah.
just say
I did comm
hypothetically,
nav. Yeah.
okay, that is hypothetically, I was not in the military. If I wanted to become a pilot, what is the cost to become a pilot? You think?
Well, my brother-in-law, he's going for it right now, and he's well up to like $10,000 with like renting the plane, paying for the fuel. Um, I think their initial like with their flight instructor, I think he was right around 5,000 for the like with the flight instructor and all that. But now
Okay,
he's
so
on where he has his temp student license, where he can go up solo by himself and he can do there's certain things he can do and certain things he can't do, and at certain points as he gets experience. So I know
the
he's
reason
got
why I
about
bring it up, no, the reason why I bring it up, I was on a panel and someone brought up that in Europe, you know, school, college is like maybe for a really good education, maybe 20 stacks, 20 grand.
well, this gentleman
Okay.
right to the side, in between me and Jeff here, the one that's skiing, he can he can elaborate to that since he's in Europe and in college.
Well, I'm not sure, but okay, Mister in the middle. My bad, brother. Man, I can't.
Dobez.
Dobes.
Novas, Mister Novas. So, is it true that in Europe, education is a lot cheaper than the United States?
Yeah. It's in many countries it's free. Like tuition is paid by the state. You still gotta pay for like housing and whatever. That's actually a big difference. Like in America, I've heard about like that was a shock to me that people actually live on campus because that's a. I think that the Britain does it as well, which is probably where your university tradition comes from. But a lot of other countries, I haven't heard about that. But tuition is completely free and generally
Okay.
also cheaper.
So why I bring it up is this because in the conversation that I had on the panel, we brought up military and we brought up how some people join the military because that might be the only option. Because when it comes to going to college in America to get a tuition, associate's, master's degrees, it's going to cost you so much money. And when I say money, it's like in a 50K, 60K. Who knows? Depends on your degree. Who knows what's going
Yeah.
on? So I feel that it's crazy that in other countries, like your sir, Mr. Novice, that you have almost essentially free tuition. Where my daughter is paying tuition, paying for stuff. I'm helping her out, and now she's got to go to 2 semesters of having a nursing degree where she can't really work. So she's got to pay for rent and go to school. How's she going to do that? Where in your country, it's so much cheaper. And I just find it ironic. And it's just kind of
Yeah.
crazy that it's the same education. I believe if you got educated where you come from in Europe and you came to America with a passport and they hired you as a doctor, you would have the same education you would get for somebody else that paid $80,000 for the same education, which is
Oh
sad.
yeah, for sure. And like even the money you have to pay, like you can just get a loan from the state, and at least here in Norway, if you finish the degree, like around 40% is just slashed off, like free money if you finish it. Like if you don't finish it, you got to pay the loan in full. But if you finish it, like 40% is just off.
Yeah.
So if I finish a master's degree, I'll probably end up at like 30K in debt, and I
My wife has
probably
a
have
master's.
saved up
My
out
wife
of
has a
that.
master's and she's 60K in debt with a master's degree.
That's cheap.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we're over 45. So like, what the fuck is that? Why did it cost you 60K to get a master's degree? And you know what's so ironic? That I make more money than her,
Mm.
and I'm just a Marine Corps vet with a graduation from high
I
school. I
mean,
went
that
to
was
college,
ultimately
but never
my
got an
thing.
associate degree.
Like, my thing
It's
was
just
like, do
crazy.
I really want to go have to have that set schedule of fucking going to punch in for 8 hours to 10, 12, depending on what you were doing, you know, and sit there and make fucking four, five, $600 a fucking week. It wasn't fucking worth it. So I come back because I grew up digging clams and bloodworms, sandworms and shit. So like I moved back and that's what I started doing, and I started making pretty good fucking money. And then I got the opportunity to work on a fucking boat, and it just blew my fucking mind. Like I love it, you know. And it's just so
And
it's like
But
damned if
but
you
but
do, damned if you don't.
but this my argument is this. I don't mean to cut you off, sir. Why is it that we can't as Americans? I know you're in Europe, Miss Novice, but some of y'all I'm not sure where y'all from. But why as Americans like why can't we have an education for the kids to have a job to actually get and actually afford? It's so hard to even live right now, let alone the economy. But what the fuck it is, and you got kids trying to go to school and get their education, and you're charging them arm and leg, and then the government is the one making the goddamn money, bro.
Well, I mean, you think about it too. Like it seems like
And then,
a lot of women want to be some type of nurse or medical type profession. You know what I mean? And it when it comes to on that part of it, it seems like that's a very competitive field. Like there's a lot of people in that
but they're
space.
short. They're short in that field. When it comes to statistics in our field in America, we're short like 40% of nurses.
Yeah, but I also think just because a lot of people do it and then don't like it. You know what I mean? They
yeah,
realize they don't really
Because
like it.
in my day, the
I'd like
nursing schools were very competitive. They only took a
Like,
certain amount each year, and you had to be the top of your class. They were like waiting lists to get in.
well, like
That's
for
what she
me,
fell into. The one of the Gen X. My daughter, it was 250 people applied to it. Only 15 got picked, and she got picked.
Oh, okay.
you
You
I'd
know,
know
like
what I
to
Yeah,
mean?
that's
chime
how
in.
it used to be. And so to even get into nursing, it was very bottlenecked.
Yeah.
well,
So
I
she
have
got
a
I'd like
in,
to.
but
friend, right?
they highly recommended that she don't work. So in
He
my
went
head, she has to move
he
an hour away from me. How's she gonna pay for rent or an apartment and go to
She's good.
school? You're
Mm.
making it
Uh,
difficult for the kids.
I'd like to chime in. One, I completely disagree that we are paying for education to get a certificate that allows us to even work in the first place. So I think other countries are doing it better with education, but when it comes to work, when you look at the cost of living, some people say, "Hey, I'm smart, I can learn, I can do," but then they get into the field and they don't like the bottom level, you know. But there will never be a next level if you don't stick with it. You have to earn your stripes. You have to stick with what you chose. And again, like Leggy said, and what I would always say, if you don't like what you're doing, what's the money worth? But at the same
exactly.
time, if you want to earn, you will be at the bottom when you get into it. No, if you go straight, I'm $60,000, $100,000, $500,000 in debt to the education system, and you are starting out. You think you're gonna start? You think you're gonna start out at the top? No, you are gonna start out struggling. And it's like, well, you're a doctor. Why are you struggling? And it's like, well, I'm $1 million in debt to school because I'm a specialized doctor. However, you do have to earn your reputation. You do have to stick with it. And, just like every job I've ever had, um, if you change jobs because you don't like how much you're getting paid, or you don't like your leadership, or you don't like this, that, or the other, you are going to go from the bottom to another company where you're at the bottom, to another company where you're at the bottom. Find some place that makes you feel comfortable, stay there long enough, and eventually everything it has a possibility of working out. But you got to be personable. You have to be a policy person. You have to be all these things aside from just being a worker that does your job. Because otherwise, you're just going to leave and start over, and starting over is tough because they don't trust you. Every time you start over, every time you leave an organization and start over someplace else, you could have an awesome resume, but they want to make sure that you understand the basics first. So you will start again at the bottom. So unless you're willing to put up with the bullshit, the the business political bullshit, aside from the job bullshit, you won't rise. You won't float.
It's sink or
Yeah,
swim, dog. Sink or swim.
I found that to be true too. It depends on what you bring to that job. Like it's an opportunity, and it's the mental attitude that you go into it with, and what you want to do with that opportunity. And I found that's what makes all the difference.
I agree with everything y'all saying. Personally, like if you don't have the motivation in yourself and the drive to do the job you're doing, then maybe you shouldn't be in that field. And the military, for example, I was in the military. It ain't for everybody. And it's the reason why platoons start big and they shrink down when they graduate. Is the reason for that. Okay. Same way graduation, high school. We start with a senior class of 200. We graduate with 100, whatever number you want to call it. Everything dwindles down. We string out the weak, if you want to call it that. I just feel that it's fucked up that as Americans, and I say that because I'm an American, but we pay an arm and a leg for education. And there's countries that pay not even a tenth of what our kids are paying or adults are paying for the same education. And they had the same drive and all that, but we're paying 3 times the cost. Why? Why? They're making it harder for kids to have a job and pick a job, a career to go off of. That's the tough. And technical schools, like we used to have them back in the days.
Yeah,
And
the Votech schools.
yeah, the Voltech schools where kids will go to high school and they will learn trades. So when they
Yeah, or
graduate
you
high
could go
school,
for like a year or two to this
yeah,
trade
dude.
school
You know what I
and get
mean?
a
It's a
good
trade
trade.
school, and it wasn't that whole fucking college thing. I 4 years, 6 years. It's a trade, and then you have a job while you're in the trade school. It gives you that hands-on training. They eliminated all that shit. It's
What?
like,
They don't have trade schools anymore?
dude, they're dwindling down more and more.
Oh
I'm
my God!
telling you.
They used to, like their commercials were always on TV and call now, sign up.
Listen, check this
This
out.
is
Check
all
this
the
out. Check
classes
this
we
out.
have.
I went to school in Massachusetts, all right? I won't even tell you the town because we're on YouTube. But anyways, it was a technical high school, okay? So you start there from freshman to senior year. Your freshman year, half the year, you go through every trade for 2 days. You try every trade out. We went from culinary, business,
Oh wow!
diesel, mechanics, auto body, auto
As part
paint.
of your high school?
That was part of the high school. Just the high
Dang!
school, okay? To get into the high school, you had a 3.0 or above to even get into the high school. But check this out: when you was a sophomore, when you was a freshman, you went through every trade. You tried them all out. Half your freshman year, you picked the trade you wanted. So if I wanted to be a cook, I chose cooking. If I wanted to be a business major, I chose business. If I wanted to be a nurse, whatever trade there was, carpentry, electronics, electrical, you picked it. And you graduated with 2 degrees. You had a high school diploma and a technical diploma, equivalent to a college technical diploma
Wow!
for free.
Where was
Okay,
this? Oh,
in
you're not gonna say
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts. Okay.
Massachusetts. I tell you
Are
straight,
people still doing those kind of programs?
the school is shut down. It's a charter school now.
Dude, what's all right? I'm starting
There,
to
there's
This
see.
is why I bring it up. This is why I bring it up. This is why I
there,
bring it
and
up.
there's and there's something I'd like to add there too, is that again, the education system, you go through this catering process and create debt to get a certificate, and then you go look for a job where the people that want to hire you require 5 years experience or something like that. Whereas in my belief, the way that I learned was get in to the industry and learn from actually being in the industry from the bottom up rather than going to school and then going and looking for a job. So like for instance, um, you know, you could say the military, you go into there and you know nothing and they pay you to learn and then to grow and you already are in the system and they are grooming you to grow in that profession. I think the word is apprenticeship. So where I think companies should be recruiting straight from, you know, the grade schools, and rather than having kids take on massive debt to go to school to get a certificate, because you can pass a class, but can you do the job? I think that companies should hire straight out of and do paid apprenticeship programs rather than take somebody that just racked up $60,000-$100,000 worth of debt and then hire them and put them at the bottom. Just hire the youngsters that have a feel like, hey, I'm gravitating towards metalwork. I'm gravitating towards engineering. I'm gravitating towards um, mechanics, uh, stuff like that, and hire them at the bottom. Because rather than having a guy work or a person work uh, two jobs to pay for their education to get certified, so that way they can get a job in that field and then be put at the bottom of that field, hire somebody that doesn't know shit and put them at the bottom, because then they will learn and they will also be earning a paycheck and they will be learning on site from the masters themselves rather than from some teacher in a classroom.
Yeah.
I get that too. I get that too, track. In my scenario, because in my field of work, I build fire trucks. I have that same scenario right now. I have a greenhorn, doesn't know shit. He's an electrician. He wired a boat one time, wires length in a boat. That's all he's done. He doesn't know nothing about electrical work at all. But I appreciate a person like that, that's green, doesn't know shit, and I train them correctly to learn how to do the job correctly. But again, we don't even have trade schools. Like, dude, that school that I talked to you about, Jen,
Yeah.
that school, when you was a sophomore, they gave you a job in your field. So if you were a carpenter, they found you a job in the
That sounds
carpenter.
smart. Why aren't the businesses, the industries fund
Dude,
like helping to fund stuff like this?
it amazes me that it don't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
I haven't found a school. I live in Wisconsin right now. Okay, that it hasn't even in Wisconsin. I mean, these kids at the age of 16, they would have a job in their field, and they could do that work for 2 years. So to knock on you, track, these kids at 18 years old, they're graduating with 2 years experience in the field of work they're going into that they chose on their own because they tried all of them when they were a freshman. They went through all of them for 2.5 days. They tried them out. And the way it worked out, Jenna, was this. We did 1 week of academics, but it was double periods. So we had double math, double science, double, everything was double because we had 2 weeks of academics in 1 week. The following week, you would go to your trade. And the school had 3 stories on it with a full basement. The basement was all auto body, auto mechanics, and diesel. 1, 2 were all shops. 3 was all academics. So you went to academics on the 3rd floor for 1 week, and then we rotated students, vice versa. And then you went to school and your trade that you chose. And then when you were a sophomore, if you were good enough, they get you a job in your trade. I had 2 jobs at 15 years old. One through school and one at McDonald's.
Oh, did you make the fries?
Yeah, I made the fries though. I'm just saying, it's a cool idea, and they don't even put it out there.
it's a cool even in practice. Like they've taken it out of the idea stage. It works.
And now what I know is they have technical colleges. That's what I've seen now. So now you got technical colleges that might offer you the same thing that I went through for free in high school, but you got to pay for it. So now you'll get your certification in 18 months, which I would have got within 4 years. Okay. You're getting it in 18 months thrown at you all at one time, and we're getting the same degree. And on top of that, I could have had 2 years experience on top of you.
I think that's kind of what I was getting at was like, they talk about the debt that is put on the individual, and they talk about the cost of having, state or government run education system. And people complain about, billionaire CEOs. Well, put the cost of education on the jobs, on the companies that are going to hire these people. That's what I'm wondering.
Because the companies are the ones that benefit from having the skilled labor pool.
They
So
think,
why aren't they putting anything in? Or maybe they are.
That's cutting into their profit margins, and that's not.
But so is like not
There we
having
go. Now we're
competent
playing on the
labor.
topic.
Exactly.
There we go. Mr.
Welcome, Zeph.
Mr. Dolbs, is it Dolbez? Or how you say your name? Dolbez. Okay. I just a crazy question. If you have a number, maybe off the top of your head, what's the most that someone would pay in Europe for a degree? Like the most costly job you could think of.
Well, I can't speak for Europe because it's a whole continent of like 30 nations. But for my country, Norway, the most you could pay for a degree, like 5 years, probably like 50K is like the upper end. Like if you succeed, if you fail, it's a full loan and not a stipend.
So that's pretty close to ours then, almost. So
yeah, but that's like the top most. If you're really inefficient, because I have a lot of money left over from my year, so I don't use the entire loan, and so you can instantly just pay off once and then. So it's even less than the loan you'll finalize with, because you have a lot of money left over, and like the thing is, if you like, I decided to move because I wanted to experience something new. So I decided to move up to Trondheim in the north. However, I live very close to the capital back at home, and so I could have just studied in the capital, and it will basically be free. Tuition is free, and I don't need to move out, so I don't need to take the loan at all. So I could have just studied for free and gotten up a whole degree, and maybe max I've paid like $800. So like,
that's fucking crazy to me, dog.
That's if you live home though. Like the moment you move out, you gotta pay for it.
My daughter is going for her goddamn master's, and she lived in my house for almost 3 years. It's crazy that you did that for $800 if you wanted to. Like that's amazing. And to be honest, in the topic that the panel that I brought up with this panel earlier, the military spends so much money on all this shit the U.S. does. If we gave 20% of that money to just tuition for students, it would just alleviate so much goddamn.
Some of the states do.
Yeah, some states do.
Well,
shout out to Colorado when they legalize weed.
That's really refreshing to hear from somebody who is ex-military or was military. That kind of thinking is definitely, I thumbs up on that.
Thank you. I appreciate you on that. Thank you. Well, I just have kids now, and then I'm seeing it from their view, and it's just kind of like, fuck, man. Like this is kind of crazy, man. Like, I love my country. You know what I mean? I serve my country. Like, I love my country, but it's like they're making this fucking world harder and harder for us to even survive. And me, I'm looking at my generational life. I'm gonna be gone one day. I'm gonna have kids, and I'm gonna have grandkids and great-great-grandkids, and I want my kids, great-great-grandkids, to be fucking great. I don't want us to be sitting here in this goddamn world where we're spending all this goddamn money for education where we could just take care of each other, man. And I mean, literally, you can send your kids to fucking goddamn Norway and send them there for 2 years, get a citizenship, pay $800 to get a goddamn education, and come back to America, and they'll get paid the same goddamn money that we're paying $80,000 for, which is
Do you
They
find,
can go
bullshit.
stay with Dopez.
do you find
Yeah,
it,
Well, then you're gonna
Was
pay.
it a
Then you're
foreign
gonna pay.
exchange, dude?
do you find it a little bit suspicious too that all of this technology is supposed to be making our lives easier?
oh
It
no,
is
no,
mine.
it's making it worse. I'm off the grid. Listen. I got Facebook. I don't got TikTok, and my Facebook I don't use it like that. Whatever. I use YouTube. That's it. Nothing else. I don't answer emails. I don't answer texts. My wife hates it. I don't answer shit. I only answer phone calls, and I go on YouTube. If you don't call me and I don't know your number, I'm not gonna fucking answer. I'm sorry.
You know, that's gonna be hell if you ever speak to Norwegian people, because we are infamously introverted. You know, call as little as possible, rarely speak in public, always message. Like, I hate it when I have to call someone. I much prefer typing.
Okay, but listen, but I also grew up in a culture in an era where we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
Like we didn't. Like everybody knew everybody's number. Like we knew your friend's number, and I meet you in the corner, and we waited there. And that was the way it was. There was no texting you, where you at, why you late, like none of that shit. It's like we sat here, we waited, we went out, and when you came 15 minutes late, we were happy that you even showed up. And our day is already planned. We're going on our day,
We
whatever
are
it
too
was.
Norwegian to come late, though. You gotta come
Bro,
early. You can never come
Puerto
late.
Rican, bro. I'm always fucking late. That's how we do it.
I'm always late
Yeah,
too.
well,
I'm
cultural
retarded.
differences. It is actually funny though, because it's sort of a competition between my father and his siblings on who can come at the most perfect time. Currently, my uncle is the reigning champion. Like, he usually arrives less than a minute, like until he said he was gonna arrive. So, if the meeting is 4 o'clock, he'll arrive like 3:59 or something. Like, he times it perfectly.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're ever get invited to a Puerto Rican party and they tell you it's 4 o'clock, you show up at 6 o'clock. And that's the time to show up. I'm just telling you right now. Piece of advice.
That's
A
gonna hurt my
Norwegian
soul.
Puerto Rican party
A Norwegian Puerto
Do y'all
Rican
have
party.
Puerto
That'd be
Ricans
kind of
there
dope, dude.
to invite you?
That'd be kind of dope.
We probably have a lot of Puerto Ricans in Norway. A few of them, at least. We have like a menagerie of the whole world.
There's gotta be
Is that-
some there, dude. We're everywhere. There's gotta be some
Yeah.
there.
I like Puerto Rican metal, like Puya.
Hey,
Booyah?
Yeah, Puya.
I can tell you. You talk about partying. I was in El Paso, and I had a colleague who was straight up Mexican, and she invited me to a party, and just being in the food industry, it's like it's very diverse, and all the Mexicans, they kind of like grouped up and got together, and I am this tall white guy, and I got invited to the barbecue, and I was like 30 minutes early to when everybody said that they were going to meet up, and I tell you what, no, don't show up late. Show up early. Be part of the cooking. Be part
Yeah.
of let what do you call it? Abuela, let mama tell you what to do. Let somebody else's mother tell you where you fit in getting everything ready. It was such a beautiful experience because you're popping a beer as soon as you're getting there, but the dudes go out and start the fire and get the grill going, and the ladies are in the kitchen, and the kids are running around, and everybody's looking out for the kids. I tell you what, man, I've showing up early to a party like that. that's where it's at. No, don't show up once everything's started. Show up and be part of the family.
Call that like, I call
late.
that the white boy trying to fit in.
Oh, well, it paid off. He got a lot out of it.
I wasn't trying to fit in.
Because
These are
I've
my
done that too
colleagues.
with
These are my
black people and with Mexicans. I love it.
these are my fellow people that I spend every single day, day in and day out with. So to meet their family without the party already going, it's like, yeah, put me to work. And again, being a quartermaster, being a cook, and we were all cooks. So it was like, yeah, let's go. Let's get this. We were the ones that got the party started. We brought Soldier to the party to make it the best that it was. You know what I mean?
Soldier.
I think there's different ways to do it though, because like with my friend Andy used to have like this it was a salsa party for Dia de los Muertos like every year. And I would go like early, set up before anybody ever showed up, and then I would leave, go home and get ready, and then come back like fashionably late. And we would close it down and we would sleep there because we were all too drunk to drive. And then we would clean up the next morning and everybody else was gone. I think that's pretty good.
That's kind of funny. So, track you were saying.
Oh
Track.
no, that was my story. It's like you talk about if you have to a Puerto Rican party, you know, show up 2 hours late and you'll join the party. I've had so many great times showing up early and being part of the production because that's what I do. I'm about teamwork. And hey,
what is the right time for a white boy to show up at a Puerto Rican party?
Honest to God, at 4 o'clock, if it's 4 o'clock.
Like, so at the time they say, just show up then?
It's not a bad thing. No, listen. It's not even a
No.
racial thing. It's
Very
kind of like I'm being real. Like, you know, it's kind of, I'm giving him a hard time, but it's more like, it's kind of like, we're not always on time. If the party's at 3, the party really at 5 o'clock. This is one of those things. It's just like,
So it's like Puerto Rican time.
Why it's that way, I can't tell you who made the rule. It's one of those things, like, if the party's at 3, everyone will show up at 5.
Do y'all know when to show up? Do y'all just know? And everyone just...
Yeah.
Well, how would white people duplicate that if, like, they don't have that sense developed?
Don't worry about it. The
Just
problem is
show
white
up?
people kind of like, no, they're worried about being there at 3 o'clock. Oh, the party's at 3. We got to be there at 3.
So
like,
don't stress about getting there at 3. Just
don't
kind of
fucking worry
chill.
about it.
Just show up
Just
when you
fucking
show
do
up.
you. Guess what? I wanted to look good. I wanted to get my hair done. I wanted to do my shit. The shoes didn't match. We had to go to 7-Eleven, get a soda. I got stopped by the police. I'm here. That's all that fucking matters.
But there's something there. There's something there. It's like, hey, if somebody invites you to a party and you just want a party, and they say, hey, you know, the party's from 4 until whenever. Hey, you could show up at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could show up at midnight after you've already been out doing other things. You could be pre-gaming and all that stuff. You're showing up to another party. Whereas, you know, and it's not a racial thing; it's a personality thing. Because me and my wife are kind of the same way. If you tell me that the party starts at 4, just the same way we are about work, I'm getting there 30 minutes before you told me when the party starts, and I'm going to meet your mother. She's going to give me a job to do, and I'm going to be part of the production. And we're already going to be, you know, 10 toes in before everybody else starts showing up.
I'm going to invite you to my goddamn barbecue then.
I'm there.
Hey, I like work for myself, and I don't work for people that like are gonna get on my ass for like being like 5 minutes late. All that matters, the only time that matters, is when am I supposed to be done, and how's it gonna be done?
Or that too. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, we just show up and we leave when we leave. I mean, like, and when you do leave, another thing for you guys to know, at a Puerto Rican party, you're gonna say goodbye 30 times to
Yeah.
the same person. Like, it's like you're gonna give them a kiss, you're gonna give them a hug, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You're gonna say it takes you a half hour to leave a Puerto Rican house automatically. You can't leave. You can't leave when you want to leave. I'm gonna leave. I want to walk out. Goodbye. It don't happen that way. It's
No.
like I gotta
It
talk to
does.
you. I gotta give you a hug and a kiss. I gotta talk to you for 5 minutes. Let me talk to you for 5 minutes. A hug, a kiss, and male and female. You know what I'm saying? Like is that how we do it? Not in the lips, you know what I mean? But cheeks, shit. It's just like bendición. You love God, all that shit. And you just keep going, da da da, and then you leave.
You
It's
ask
like a
them if
half
they
hour
love
process.
God.
No, they love God. I'm just saying
Oh.
bendición. Like they
Oh,
love God.
okay. It's a Puerto Rican thing.
Bendición means like if I say bendición to you, you say Dios te bendiga. Bendición is like God praise you. Oh, may God love you and praise you. Like Dios te bendiga. That would be the
Wait, say
response
say
of my
that last
grand.
one. Mo
I was
Dios,
God.
Dios
Dios
te bendiga.
te bendiga.
Te te
Te te
bendiga.
bendiga.
Ben. Yeah, bendiga.
Dios te bendiga.
Yes.
Yeah, saying goodbye is that's a completely different story than showing up because if you still have your faculties, yeah, you shake hands and give hugs and kisses and all that stuff and say goodbye to everybody at the party. And
But
then
it
and then
takes
another
longer.
conversation strikes up, so you got to be part of that too. And that's something that I've learned about myself is like especially being punctual and showing up way too early or something like that, starting way before the party even starts, before it gets kicking, is when I'm done, I bounce. And it's like hey, you didn't we missed you last night. You just kind of like wandered off and disappeared, and we didn't see you again. It was like, bro, I was done. I was
That's
That's
the
the way to
cooked.
Irish
do it, though.
goodbye.
That's the way to do it, though. Like, don't say goodbyes, but because that just takes so much longer, dude. It's like you want to just get into your car and just bounce. I'm sorry, I went home. Something came up, whatever. I left.
Yeah, because I'd rather do it that way than have to call an ambulance or make an
Oh,
absolute fool of myself. Because, like, hey, before you leave, you got to do a shot with me. And then you got to do a shot with my cousin. And then, hey, have you met so and so? And then you wind up never leaving. And trust me, I've embarrassed myself plenty of times. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
I get it. And another thing, my parents are Jehovah's Witnesses, so they don't
oh,
celebrate no holidays, none of that
right.
bullshit.
No Halloween, nothing. You grew up
And
Jehovah?
yeah, but I was never baptized. But I never really got into it. But yes, I was raised that way. If that makes sense.
Oh,
But
wow.
when they do have parties, though, they have parties because they can't celebrate holidays, so they have their own.
Oh, so it's all built up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I feel like.
I love
You know
that
what I
act.
mean?
Like, because I think that like holidays kind of like it's like tyranny of tradition. People forget the meaning of the holiday, So I think it's great whenever like I find something that I think my friend will like. I just like don't wait to give it to them till their birthday. I just give it to them, and it's a surprise.
I get it, but like in their belief, they don't celebrate birthdays. They don't celebrate nothing.
Yeah.
So, when they get gatherings, it's like, oh, it can be whatever. We're having a party, and they try to be very condone, and no one's getting shit faced. There's no drugs involved. There's no cocaine. None of
Is
that
there
bullshit.
alcohol?
Yeah, there's alcohol, but they try to like make sure no one's getting fucked up. Where
Oh.
so when I go to a family gathering, everyone comes to the family gathering is Jehovah's Witnesses. You know what I mean? So I'm here, I'm her son, and I feel like, yo, I got a fucking green light card. You can't tell me shit. Like, fuck that. Now, I'm not disrespectful in any way, but I'm not gonna be like, I smoke cigarettes. They can't smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed. They can't smoke weed. They shouldn't be drinking
What do
more
you
than
do?
fucking.
Like go in your car, or do it
Nah, I
anyway?
mean, yeah, I go outside, but I smoke a little bit of weed, and I come back in, but I smell like it. And my mom
Oh,
be like, "Oh, man, you know,
you out
you
there
smell like
smoking
pasta."
that
I'm like, "Yo,
weed?
mom." Yeah, I'll be like, "Mom, what the fuck? They already know that I'm not I'm your son. You can't say shit about me. Like, let it be, man. Like, I don't
Yeah,
make a big deal of it.
I've been to plenty of parties. I mean, you talk about a quinceañera, you talk about a kid's birthday party, you talk about just about anything that involves a large group of different types of people, men,
Yeah,
women, and children, and it's like, okay, this is a kid's birthday party, and all the dudes are huddled around the mailbox out by the street. And you know why we are huddled around the mailbox out by the street while the kids are enjoying the backyard and the party and everything. It's because we're smoking weed out there and we're being dudes. And it's like, you know, hey, you brought me to a party. The kids are having fun. Everybody's safe. Ain't nobody coming past this threshold of the curb or the driveway or anything without us seeing it. But we are definitely smoking weed out here.
yeah, bro. We're just popping up. We're just chilling, dude. Like, and
Y'all mail
I
gonna
don't I
smell
don't
like
go
weed.
like Jen. I don't go like, oh, and pop in front of them and show it, like have it on me. Like, I try to be incognito about it, but I'm not gonna not do what I do. Like, my mom knows. She'd be like, oh my god, that smells, like, bring it. And my dad comes out, oh my god, why did I? I'm like, there's a pop. I'm sorry, dude. Like,
None of them say, hey, can I have some of that?
yeah, sometimes, sometimes my pops want to dip into it. You know what I mean? So, like, all right, cool. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge nobody. Believe me, like, everybody has their religions. We're all human beings. And I'm a strong believer that I don't know who the fuck to follow. Jen, there's so many religions. Everybody's throwing out so much shit.
So you're kind of just like like searching and that.
Nah, I'm not trying to follow shit. There's a
Oh, you
God.
just doing your thing.
Yeah, there's a fucking God. And personally, right now, me and him got a vendetta together. For my own personal reasons, which I won't bring it up right now. But
Wait,
me and
that's
him got
that
a
thing you said. Yos te bendinga.
Dios te bendiga.
Bendiga. You have that with God?
Yeah, that if I would have that with God, not right now. I don't have that with God right now. Me and God are
Oh.
in a little battle.
Oh. Well, do you think you're gonna win?
No,
That's interesting.
I don't think
So
I'm
you
gonna
don't want to
win.
just
So,
give in and let him win either.
yeah, I don't.
That
But
is an
it's
interesting
all
dilemma.
personal reasons, which maybe if I come out more often, we can maybe talk about, and maybe because I imagine it'll come up not by me bringing it up. I'll just hear his topic that I
Hmm.
relate to it, and then you'll find out.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. It's we all together for a reason.
Yeah, to me, I'm a strong believer that when it comes up, and it was meant to be brought up, and the
Hmm.
world brought me to this location to bring that story at this time. Other than that, I don't really bring it up because I just don't want attention about it. Like, to me, like, I'm not here to bring it up. Like, oh, this is what I am, and feel
Well,
bad for me.
let me just ask you this: how long has it been going on?
5 years.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah,
Just kind of in the background, or does it like disrupt your life at points?
every day.
Really?
Yeah,
That's intense.
That is
it is.
intense. And I can feel your emotion right now. That's pretty intense.
Zephyr's a great person to talk to actually, because she's very spiritual and
I'm
has
a
a lot of.
witch.
No,
I'm a sandwich,
Oh right, she's a witch.
sort
you
of.
know what? I love witches. I'll be real. I love witches. If you're a
We're
witch,
pretty.
Depends on the witch.
but yeah, but like and I go with the flow, bro. Again, I don't want no attention about it. It just track probably knows about it, and he don't got to speak about it. I will say it when I say it. But I just me and God, I have a battle with him right now, and it's like I'm not gonna win it. I'm already giving in, but I'm not giving it anytime soon. If that makes sense.
I'm a Satanist, so this stuff interests me like you would believe.
Okay.
He's like the nicest Satanist I've ever met.
And I do appreciate you sharing it. I think it brings some
Thank you.
depth to the
Thank
conversation.
you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. 'Cause, I mean, sometimes people don't want to share. We're on YouTube. People saying stories and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm a very open character book. I don't give a fuck. Don't judge me. It's hard to break me and talk shit about. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm
I
pretty
probably
open.
will judge you at some point.
It's okay.
That's
It's okay.
awesome. I always
But
say I'm
but
unoffendable.
y'all can judge me too. I don't mind.
I say
Ain't
I'm
nothing wrong.
and nobody and I can prove it.
I'm
Give
not
me the
scared of a
evidence.
little judgment. Wait, what? M&N sandwich?
M&M sandwich.
M&M's.
Benny
Do y'all know
Poppins.
that M&M's in Russia are M&M's? Because the way they pronounce their M's. It's M&M's. M&M's.
M&M.
Yeah,
Hey,
M&M's.
speaking of pronouncing shit, you know that the Whopper Junior was invented in Puerto Rico?
No. Because of Junior? It was for, like, is it because y'all are all nicknamed Junior?
No, check this out.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
This is being real. Burger King opened up their first restaurant, and they had the Whopper available, and they didn't have no buns.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
yeah. Burger King opened up their first restaurant in Puerto Rico, and they didn't have buns for the Whopper with the seeds on them. So a
What,
local,
like, just through incompetence? They were supposed to have the buns, but they didn't have them?
yeah, I guess
Oh.
the Whopper is bigger than a burger, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's and it didn't look right like they would provide in America. So there was a local bakery that had a bun with seeds on it that would fit a regular hamburger. So they needed the Whopper Junior. You can Google this shit.
No,
It's
I
real.
believe you. It's very credible. Way more credible than some of the
I like
conspiracy
Whopper
theories.
Juniors. They're all right for fast food.
But they were invented in Puerto Rico.
I actually believe that. I'm not even going to bother to Google it. That was so credible, I think I'm just going to believe it.
It is believable. Someone's in the chat Googling it right now, so they'll credit.
Yeah, if you are Googling it, let me know if I'm
Somebody will look up.
if he's leading me down a false road.
I'm not.
But
I'm not.
that's a cool story actually. Let's see,
I like
Whopper
random
Junior. I'm gonna
facts.
look it up just to.
My brain is full of random, useless facts.
It's interesting. You guys know I come from the food world. It's interesting how things come to be, and it's like, oh well, we didn't have this, so we had to make do, and next thing you know, it becomes like this popular thing. So somebody bailed out, like you said, Phil, a local bakery bailed out a fast food joint, a big corporation, by accommodating them and saying, hey, we don't have your buns, but we do have buns. But yeah, you can put the same
They had that seeds
ingredients.
on them. They had
You,
that
you
seeds
can,
on them.
yeah, you gotta have the sesame seeds. Yeah, it's like, well, how about this? Put the same ingredients on a smaller sandwich. but we got your buns, baby.
I found one article that checks out.
I'm telling you, it's real, dude.
No, it's the same thing that you told me. Carolina,
Carolina,
Puerto Rico.
fuck
Yeah,
Carolina. That's where I was
yeah.
born at. Carolina, Puerto Rico.
Oh, well, that's where it happened.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why he knows.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and if you look at the system, everybody copied it because you get a junior bacon cheeseburger. Yeah, you get
A Carl's Jr.
hell even a McDouble.
Oh, you're in California with the Carl's Jr. West
I wonder
Coast.
how much that
You
burger
step out a little bit.
like for yeah, probably nothing, huh? Ugh.
And you look at the cost effectiveness of things. It's like, hey, especially now, it stands out more now because I go to Wendy's and you can get a baconator, right? That it's a fast food sandwich that costs $8, more than $8, pushing $9. But you can get a son of baconator. It's the exact same sandwich, except the diameter of the sandwich is smaller.
How
So they
much is
use
that
their
one?
regular stuff rather than their bigger stuff, and it costs less. And
How much is the junior or the son of
Right
Baconator?
now, a junior bacon cheeseburger right now, if you went to Burger King and got it as a meal, it probably cost you like $9.
Oh, but because fries are like over $5 just for the fries.
Like $3.50 for fries. If you got a combo meal right now for a combo meal, anywhere it's like $8-9 for any kind of combo. The smallest one.
Oh my God! I remember Happy Meals. They were like $2 or $3
I remember
to
99
feed a whole family.
Dude, I remember in the '90s for $10, you were able to get a box of Newports, a 40 ounce of a nickel bag of fucking weed, and a Philly blunt, and you were set for the whole night with $10.
Oh, just the night, not the weekend.
That's that night.
But even a night back then at that age, that's a full
I
night.
mean, think about it. I mean, I read 95, so 93 with $10, a nickel bag of weed, a blunt. I was good for the whole night with a 40 ounce. We're Gucci, man. Like, we're having a blast. Whatever we're doing, we're gonna have a blast. And we did some crazy, wild shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, which I ain't
We
gonna say
did.
on YouTube
No,
anyways.
we were the wild generation. We were the last of the wild children.
Yeah, I was wild as fuck. I did some crazy. I don't know how I didn't get caught. I ran from police multiple times.
You did
Uh,
what?
I ran
Bro
from
ran
police.
from the Po.
Yeah, from police multiple times. But I never got caught. I never went to jail. I went to jail, but I didn't go to prison. If that makes sense.
Oh, how long were
But
you in jail?
maybe 11 months, 10
Oh,
months.
that's a long time. What do you end up with? What do you end up
We,
doing for 11 months?
we're not gonna get into that neither. I joined the Marine Corps after that. How about that? And after that,
Is it drugs or burglary? That's usually what it
drug
turns out to be.
related, drug related, drugs.
Drugs.
which in my opinion isn't really that much of a crime because
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it was crack cocaine, marijuana and shit, heroin.
That's
But
a
I
lot of
mean,
drugs. That's all the drugs.
I was involved in gang life and all that kind of shit. But I wanted to
Oh,
listen. This is why I brought up education earlier. Like, I went to a technical high school, but I mean, I felt like in my life, in my city, I was either gonna stay there and go to jail or die. So I joined the Marine Corps. That's
what
why I joined the Marine
would that help? Like that trade model, would that help with the gang stuff if they had that kind of alternative, or the gangs are still
No,
gonna
because
do their
the
gangs?
gangs were still at school. The gangs were still involved, and it didn't help. The trade school
What
didn't help.
what made the difference for you that you had that drive to do something better? And is it possible to like awaken that in people?
To be honest, it was the threat of my life being taken. Like
Just the gang lifestyle.
I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I never got shot at. I never shot at nobody. Before I joined the Marine Corps, I got shot at 8 times. I was stabbed 3 times
Wow.
before I joined the Marine Corps.
That
So
would motivate me. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I don't know why there's not more.
I need to get the fuck out of the fucking city. I need to leave. So I left and I became a better person. I saw the world for what it is. I got disciplined from the military. I understood about honor, responsibilities. I learned my shit and I live my life peacefully now. And I live in a country. I live in a city of only 1,500 people for a reason. I have my nice big yard. I have nobody fucking with me for a fucking reason. Like I lived
Nice.
that chaos life
Yeah.
before the military. I saw shit in the military and I already know what it is. Now I'm trained both ways. I'm trained in the streets and I'm trained in the military. So now I live peacefully. I'm just a calm dude. I want no drama. But if drama does come, we're ready for it. If that makes sense. You know
That
what I
makes
mean?
S-
like yeah, I get
Sometimes
that.
it does. Sometimes there's a few rain clouds here on the horizon.
And see,
Yeah.
I live in Albuquerque, and Albuquerque right now is like one of the biggest like crime and drugs and all sorts of stuff. I live in the county, not in the city, but the city's like 15 minutes away, and it's like everybody's all like I work downtown. I read tarot cards on the street, and people are just like, "What? How can you go out like downtown and do this?" And it's just like, well, like I'm cool with all the homeless people. I like treat them with respect, and
All,
I treat everybody
always.
like a human being, and I'm good.
Yo,
And
shout
there's
out police.
something.
I'm sorry to cut you off, anybody who's homeless, always treat them love, always show them respect because that can be one of us one day, man. So anybody you see in the street, always give them love and respect because I can always be one of us.
Well, and
I just
I
want
learned
to.
that, like whenever I was like pregnant living in my car in San Francisco, like the vets would friggin' make sure that I was fed every day. And so, that I that's all I can be because like without homeless people at some point I probably would have starved.
Yeah, man. They're so lovable. They'll give you the fucking goddamn shirt off their goddamn back if you fucking need it, bro. That's the crazy part about it. You'll see them with nothing, and whatever they have, if they see you in need, they will give it to you.
Yep, every friggin' time.
And,
Who
and,
will?
and that's so sad because people who got money in this fucking goddamn world are just sitting here wasting it on fucking eating this lavish life, having these fucking Audis and da 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 da. I drive a Honda. And the only reason why, because Hondas last forever. I can get an Audi, I can get a BMW, all that shit. I don't got none of that shit. Fuck that. Like, I want a regular car, dude.
I've heard that too about Hondas.
They last forever, man. They last forever. Just change the goddamn oil, change the transmission. They'll fucking last you 500,000 miles, a
Wow.
million miles.
Oh yeah.
We finally got the salvage title on the
Also,
Bonneville and
too.
got it registered and insured this week. Yeah. So
On
Plus,
the
my
what? On the Bong?
Bonneville, it's a
Bonneville.
Bonneville. It was a
the
car that was
Pontiac
bankrupt.
Bonneville. You got a Pontiac Bonneville?
Yeah.
What year is it?
2007. It's got low
Ooh.
mileage,
That
pretty
has that
solid.
panels on the side that are kind of like ripped out by the
Yeah,
doors.
yeah, it's
Ooh,
nice. But
that's a
it sat for a
no.
long time, and yeah, it needs a little bit of TLC, but
But that's a
it
classic. That's a classic, though.
yeah, and it's gold, good color.
Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you. Good for you, man. Salute to you. And it's Thursday. Salute.
We're gonna have a scooter soon too, a Vespa, because we got one of those.
Oh, not a hover round.
And Dan's been putting it together. We just got to get a new ignition for it because we don't have the keys.
Hey, Mr. Gen X, I'm sorry. Is that your cipher? Is that your name?
Huh?
Yeah, it's Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Pepper. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to mispronounce your name. Mr. Gen X, thank you for having this panel. And the reason why I came up is because I saw a track in the goddamn fucking chat.
He's our boy.
Yo, and I love track, bro. I love track.
Yeah.
And
That's
over
cool.
a year ago, I met Track and he told me about the YouTube streets. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that even fucking mean, dude? You know, like, you know, I was on one channel and that's where I was at. And he kept saying it. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? And I didn't know how to find YouTube streets. And then I started looking at my own, dude. And like he just travels. And I appreciate him for teaching me that shit and for meeting you guys today. And for you having a panel for me to come on and blessing me to because originally y'all were like, I'm not sure who this guy is. He might not be
We
a
get a
pro.
lot of trolls that
I
try to
know,
come up and disrupt.
I know. And I that's why I say thank you for letting me up. That's why I say thank you.
Well, I'm glad that you came up. Thank you for dropping
I
by.
appreciate you, sir.
Too. You're fun. I like
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, we feel free to come back.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up. My bad. This is why I brought it up. I gotta find your channel. So I got your channel, but I'm on the StreamYard and I'm gonna find you because you know, my YouTube history is gonna show your channel because I saw your channel playing and then I saw track. Oh, track's on there, so I'm like, let me just jump up. And I'm one of those guys that I don't like being in the chat that much. I don't like trolling, talking shit, blah blah blah. I like coming on panels and saying my opinion. When I'll be quiet when I be quiet, you know, I let everybody speak. If not, then
Well, you have it now. The best thing to do is subscribe because I'm on at different times depending on my schedule.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant by what I said. When I want to find your channel is to subscribe to your channel.
Okay, I'll put it in the back. But I'm usually
Okay.
on every day or every other day.
Well, that's good to know. That's perfect. I will show up sporadically, not all the time. Sometimes it's short. Sometimes it's long. Sometimes it's like it is. But I'm not a troll. I'm not gonna talk shit in the background. I ain't gonna talk shit about nobody. If I got a problem with you, I will say it to you as your face on person as a camera.
Well, I appreciate that. That's
I
how I
don't
do
like
it.
this fucking bullshit in the background by everybody doing bullshit. I'm a real person. We're all human beings, and we're not all perfect. We all fuck up, and we all do weird things. You know,
We
like
definitely
we should
do
all
weird
fucking
things.
forgive each other and like learn from each other. Ultimately, man.
I like that. That is like perfect. You couldn't have said it better. Or I couldn't have said it better. So perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is where all the weirdos hang out. Speaking of, look right here.
Kind of ironic. The smoke I'm smoking on right now is called Perfect
Yeah,
Pear.
he's pretty
Oh,
perfect. He's perfect.
Oh, Perfect Pear, dude. This
perfect
Eat it
pair. I
perfect.
think.
it's coming out of Michigan. It's at 28% TAC. So shout out to Michigan, baby.
We should get sponsored. All the weed sell like hawking that we do on this channel. Some brand should sponsor us.
You know what's so fucked up, Gen X? Check this out. I live in Wisconsin, right? So Wisconsin, it's like a forgotten state, but it's by the Great Lakes. Okay. So to the left of us, if you look at the United States, Minnesota it's a medically allowed. You can get it medically prescribed to you, right? Ohio's medically prescribed to you. Above of me, Michigan is medically and recreationally. You can literally drive an hour away and go buy weed legally, okay, and come back home. You can go down south to Illinois. It's all legal, recreational, and medically. So people can go through all four states and get whatever they want to get, either medically prescribed or recreationally. And the state of Wisconsin is sitting in the middle without doing nothing. And all the people in the state are going to these other states and giving them all the money, buying all this product from other states when it could be in this state, it could be just all be used in the state here. Back to tuition, back
So
to
it's
school.
creating like a black market for the marijuana from the other states.
Okay, here. I'll give you an example. I'm not sure if it's still going on to this day. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this. Colorado was the first state to legalize weed, I think, right? When they legalized weed, all right, or maybe it was California, but when Colorado legalized weed, they gave every student who graduated high school
A
$1,000.
joint. Oh.
No, $1,000.
Oh, from
They
the
made
weed money, from the money they made.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny though. That was kind of funny though. But they gave every student who graduated school and wanted to go to college $1,000 because they made so much money off the weed, dude. Now the government saw that. Now other states got involved and they legalized it because they knew they could use that money for other costs.
Hmm.
Maybe
I see
for
where this is going. Sell legalize weed for education
yes, that's
and
what I'm trying to do.
trades. Yes.
Now, in this case, my state, all the people from the state, and listen, when I go to the dispensary, Jen, there are people that are multiple ages. Wisconsin tags on their vehicles. They're literally buying it, crossing the border, buying it, and going
But
back
isn't
home.
it illegal to take it across the line?
Yeah, yeah, it is. But it's also illegal for cops to fucking sit there and watch you buy something and leave your house like that. They can't do that.
Oh, so there's like it would be it's harder to get caught with it because they'd have to have a
Technically, you
reason.
can't. And reason, yeah, exactly, right? You have to have a reason. I can go there and buy a pipe. I can go there and buy some gummies.
Yeah.
What I got, I have a bag of some product. I'm going in my car. If you're following me, now what are you doing? That's illegal. So technically, if you're not breaking no laws, don't speed. Follow the speed limit. Do whatever you're doing. If you want, what I normally do is I buy my product and then I go get some food in the local establishment in the area. Provide to the city that I'm at, right? Share the wealth in the community. Go out to a local restaurant. I go buy a little fucking omelet, whatever it may be, have some breakfast.
An
You
omelet junior.
know what I'm saying? Omelet Junior, exactly. So, yo, Puerto Rican style, dog, with sesame seeds. Don't fuck it up.
Track.
Later,
Take
track.
care. Have a good night.
Salud, homie.
Good to see you.
That's funny. Whenever I used to shoplift at Walmart, I used to always buy something too, and I think that's why I never got busted.
Yeah, dude. It's just I'm gonna go somewhere, a local establishment. I'm gonna buy it. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I ate the food. I'm going back home. I don't have something in my car lit up. I have a bag with some product. It's in my back seat. What are you stopping me for? I'm not speeding. I'm not doing. I have my directionals on. I didn't give you no sign. I'm fully insured. All my lights work. My car tells me if any of my lights go bad. So if my front directional's bad, my car would tell me my directional's bad. My tail lights out. So I know all that shit. So I'm like, dude, why are you stopping me for? And personally, to be honest, I advise everybody, just all you gotta do is just give me your license, dude. You ain't gotta talk.
Yep.
The more you talk, the more you're in problems.
If
Yeah,
if you've done something to worry about.
Even if you have it, but see, this is the problem. My first wife, I was married, I had kids, and my son is white. My last son is white. He's very light complected, right? And I always give him shit. I'm like, you know what? Don't worry. Your last name is Gonzalez, but you're white. They see you as a white boy, and the cops won't stop you. I always give my son that shit. Real talk, I really do. But I mean, it can happen to you, bro. You don't
Do
fucking
y'all
know.
get the talk growing up like the black people do? The cop talk about driving and getting pulled
Yeah.
over?
Oh yeah.
Puerto Ricans get it too.
Dude, I had cops put guns in my face at 12 years old. Get on the goddamn ground and shut the fuck up. Don't say
What were you
shit.
doing to get a gun put in your face?
And that scenario, there was a robbery at a store down the street, and everybody had black hoodies, and we at McDonald's. We're going back home, and we had black hoodies on, so we were suspects.
So y'all got profiled?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the if we call it.
Uh,
And our food had to sit in the goddamn snow, and they threw us in the
so he
goddamn.
did it start with the gun? Like he jumped out and said, "Freeze! Stop
Yeah,
right there."
yeah, bro. Listen,
That's extreme.
listen. I'm
Normal.
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Gen X. In the 80s and 90s, cops coming out with guns, pointed out, was a standard. Now,
Not well. I've
now,
never had it happen.
They were looking
now,
for a fugitive at my
Maybe
house.
there
now,
is something too.
nowadays they're pulling it back. They have their hand in the holster. They're ready to go. Da 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 da. Back in the days, that shit was out all the time. They didn't give a
No,
fuck.
they were looking for
I've never
fugitives
had a cop pull a gun
though
on any
at my
kind of
house,
stop, or even when they came to the house,
and
except
I
for
live
I,
the cocaine bust that happened in the front yard
now,
randomly.
again, when I was 10 or 12, I saw that bullshit. Then I got involved in a game. So I can't say here like I'm a dumbass dude just ironically getting fucked with the police. I was involved in some criminal activity also. So you know what I'm saying? So when
So
it
they had
rolled up,
reasons to stop you.
yeah, it wasn't like I'm just some guy walking down the street and they're coming out with guns at me.
Well,
But
I admire, I appreciate that like
but you
you're
know,
not gonna play the victim narrative.
yeah, I'm not the victim. Like, oh, I'm Rodney King walking down the street. No, I'm not saying that. Like,
George Floyd.
I was involved in some shit, but when they came out, that's how they came out. It's like, what the fuck? But a lot of times, it wasn't like we were doing anything, bro. Like, we were literally walking down the street. We could just be walking down the
Yeah, but
street
if
and
if they know you're involved in all the other times when you're not just walking down the street, then they know who they're stopping. They're not just like stopping some random kids. They're like, oh,
okay,
that's that
yeah,
Gonzalez
but
guy.
the problem is it was gang affiliated. So if you're involved in a gang, essentially, it's colors involved. So if you're wearing certain colors, they just assume that you're part of this automatically. And it turns out, and okay, here I was involved in Latin Kings. Black and gold are the Boston Bruins jerseys. That's hockey. I don't watch fucking hockey. I really don't. I really don't. I don't give a fuck. But everyone's wearing Boston Bruins shit. You know what I mean? So if you're wearing Boston Bruins jersey shit, you can stop me automatically because it's yellow and gold. You think it's gang affiliated? No, it's not.
No, I'm saying the cops know who you are. They
No,
know
they
who
did.
they're stopping when they
They don't.
stop you.
No, because the recruiting of kids coming in was just it was a fast
But if
turn.
they stopped you for gang activity, like if they stopped you for other stuff, then they know you. Like you.
After a while, yes. After a while, yes, you're right.
So if they see you walking down the street, no matter what you wear, they're like, "Oh, let's go keep
Yeah.
an eye on him because we know who that is and we know what he's done in the past."
Or just go fuck with him. I'm not gonna just go fuck with him for no fucking reason. I ain't doing nothing. Now, granted, you might have caught me with some shit over here. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm just going to McDonald's with my goddamn nephew.
Yeah, but they
Okay,
don't know that.
okay, but listen, I'm chilling with my nephew who's 5 years old, walking down the goddamn street, and you want to roll up with your goddamn Crown Victoria and just pull over like boom, like I got straps on me. I got no guns. I got no drugs. Why are you coming on me for no fucking reason? I got no warrant. I ain't got shit. Why you do that? And then I got my nephew seeing this shit at 5 years old. Why? That's my problem. Now, granted, I know that I'm not clean. I understand that shit. It's no different, Gen X, than you having a bad driver's license. And
I
you're
don't have. I've never had a bad driver's license.
I understand that, but let's just say hypothetically you did, okay? And the cop in your city knows that you're suspended. That's all it is.
Yeah, I do. I didn't do any of that stuff for
whenever I
those
was in jail
reasons.
for 12
I'm
hours.
like, ooh, I don't want to be driving around with a bad license and have the cops know that I better go get this license renewed.
Exactly, but I mean, it's one of those things. You're right. Once they find out your license is suspended and they see you in the city, anything you're walking, anything you're doing, they're just gonna follow you, dude, because they feel like
Well,
they're gonna catch you with something.
I got into an accident with the city building inspector, but it was his fault, and he had a friend following along behind him, and he had all of his cop friends pull me over every time they saw me because they knew I didn't have insurance.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't drive without insurance.
Well, I had to go to work. I had kids to
Yeah,
raise.
but listen, but hold on, Jen. Like, like some people can't afford sometimes. We're all trying to work
Well,
and get
then
a.
you walk, you take bus, you ride bike. I've done all of that when I
I
didn't
understand
have
that, but like
the
sometimes we
ability to
have
keep a
to do
car.
some shit that we don't want to do, but we still got to do it, bro. Some of us got to do what we got to do. And that situation, that is in Sever's life, that the cops are fucking with her for that reason because she here's some goddamn
Yeah,
dude.
they're doing their job. They're enforcing the traffic laws. They're not fucking. If
Okay,
they're stopping her for having a suspended license, that's not fucking with her.
okay,
Suspended.
okay, Jen. Okay, Jen. Okay, hold on, Sever. I'm sorry, Jen. If you were a cop right now and you stop Sever right now with no insurance, would you ticket her or would you give her a break?
I'd probably ticket her. Have you
That's
been
fucked up.
ticketed in the past for
They
that?
were like singling me out. They were like looking
That's
for me.
fucked up.
And you know what's really funny is whenever I went to court after I got basically I was pulled over with somebody else. I was a passenger, and the officer was my old neighbor who hated my dad. Like there was no
But
way I could like get out of it.
they're
So
supposed to be. If they know you're driving with no insurance, they're supposed to be looking for you. They're trying to get you off the road.
that's fine, but I couldn't afford to pay for it.
Yeah,
But
but they're doing their
That's
job.
what I'm saying, Jen.
You the one.
Some
You're
of
the
us
one
can't
not playing
afford
by the rules.
some of us can't afford to do it. It's not that we're not
Well,
trying
then
to.
she picks an alternative. There's plenty of people that can't afford, and they
Okay,
have other ways of getting where they need to go.
okay. So if your option was let's pay the light bill, right, to have light in my house, or pay the insurance, what would you pay?
I wouldn't get myself in that situation.
I okay, you're right. No, okay, that's a whole nother scenario.
Like this is all choice. This is the result of choices that were
yeah, well,
made
eventually I
at
couldn't
various
afford to pay.
times.
You're
The job
absolutely right about that, Jen.
I was
Absolutely
done.
right.
Personal responsibility.
Nope.
Absolutely right.
Hey, Dino.
But what was
And
crazy
also, the
to actually
people that have personal responsibility are willing to take it. Are those are the same people that are going to rise up through the trades, the tech schools, the careers, the military. So it's a good quality to start building very early.
It's a fucking deer right in front of my goddamn house.
A deer?
a deer
Yeah,
also.
Oh wow.
across the
Well,
road.
save the antlers for me.
Nah, it's kind of cool, man. Seeing just, I don't know, man. I love being in fucking peace. Fucking nobody around
Oh
me,
yeah,
dude.
me too. I grew up in the country. I love it.
Best thing in the world, dude.
We have chickens and
I have no.
roosters.
Do you have? Never mind.
I have
Do you have black cocks? Have you heard of the black cock?
Actually do. He's a fighting cock, too. He was a rescue. He was a reject from the cockfights, I guess.
Oh,
And
like black and
he
blue?
was like gangsta chicken. He like we had two roosters and like one of them like didn't make it. The other one like went to the neighbor's house and brought back a hen, and now we have chickens.
listen. Puerto Rico, just so you know, you're legally allowed to fight cocks. I have an uncle in Puerto Rico, in Carolina, where the opportunity was made, that has over 20 fucking roosters that fight,
Oh wow.
They like to
and
fight.
he raised them to fight, and it's legal. You can bet on it. You can see it live in person, and it's a live thing, and it's legally allowed. Puerto Rico's it's weird because it's a Commonwealth of the United States, so we're U.S. citizens, but we can't vote.
Oh, you
If
are a
you,
citizen?
yeah, we're a U.S.
Oh.
citizenship, but if you live in an island, you can't vote.
But do
If you
y'all
live in
have
that,
local elections you can vote in?
yes, we do.
Okay, but just not national. I think DC is the same. Is in the same situation.
Maybe I'm not sure. I've never been in DC.
They
I
don't.
live
They
in.
don't. They're trying to get Well, they don't have representation. Yeah, they can vote, but they don't have representation in Congress.
Well, they have their governors and all that shit, but they can't vote for presidency, for
And y'all
example.
don't have senators or representatives. Like y'all don't have a seat in
Yeah,
Congress. So y'all don't
no,
have a say in the laws.
no.
That's gotta be.
Plus,
What
plus,
are
plus we have
are
the
y'all
Jones
trying
Act.
for statehood? Is that the goal?
Hell no.
Oh, y'all don't want statehood.
I believe they don't. And when it was funny because my grandpa always told that to me, I'm like, why not, Grandpa? Why not? Why not? And now that I'm getting older, the people want their own liberty. They want their own freedom.
So
I
they don't
mean, they're
even want to be part of the U.S. They want to be their own country.
well, when the U.S. came in and gave them Commonwealth, the belief was that we would get freedom. You know what I mean? And they didn't allow that. Like when the U.S. gave them Commonwealth, for example, I think it was 7 or 8 years. Puerto Ricans couldn't fly their flag, and you couldn't see a Puerto Rican flag flying anywhere. If you flew a flag, you were going to prison.
Oh my God.
So that's one reason. If you see Puerto Ricans with their flags on their fucking cars, whatever it may be, we're proud about our flag for that reason. That's a part of knowledge.
I think it's messed up that they let you have like representatives and stuff, but their votes don't count. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, but you can also be put into the military. If we had like in the Vietnam War where we could throw you in. Fuck, it doesn't matter.
What
You could
year did y'all become
you could join the
Commonwealth?
military. Uh, I couldn't tell you the exact
I
year.
could look it up. Let's see.
Yeah, look it up. And it was funny. The Jones Act, I think, came out maybe in 50 something, but the Jones Act essentially makes every product going into Puerto Rico, imported or deported, has to go through Miami or Jacksonville, somewhere in Florida. So it's like
1898.
it's taxed twice. So during hurricanes, for example, the last hurricane we had, like President Trump lifted that Jones Act for 10 days only, which essentially the problem with the Caribbean is PR is so in the middle of the Caribbean that all imports pass by Puerto Rico all the time. And they can't stop in Puerto Rico. They have to go to Florida first. You got to pay taxes in Florida. And then from Florida, it's got to go to Puerto Rico. And then pay taxes in Puerto Rico.
Oh, so is everything more expensive?
Yes. And the people who own the shipping ports are the ones making the goddamn money because there's ships that pass Puerto Rico with our imports that we're requesting, and they can't even stop there. And we have shipping ports because of the Jones Act that America has. I think it was established in 1957, maybe. I'm not even sure. We can't do it that way. We have to do everything that way. So during the hurricane, during relief, everything had to go to fucking Jacksonville first.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Even during a disaster?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
ridiculous. Inefficient bullshit.
Yeah, I was, oh God.
And President Trump lifted it only for 10 days, only 10 days. And people lasted in Puerto Rico over a year without power. They had no power for over a year, dude.
What did you think about, what did he say about the dirty Puerto Ricans or
The
remember the,
garbage, whatever it is.
yeah, the garbage.
Dude, I pay no mind to that. You know what's so funny, bro? If you look up, literally Google this shit, YouTube this shit. People are buying Puerto Rican property, and it's all white folks. When I say white folks, no respect to you, I'm not racist in any way. I'm
No,
just
I'm
saying
not
people,
white. I'm not offended.
people who got a lot of money, bro, and they're buying all this property, and they're just buying all these buildings, and they're literally making Puerto Rico like Hawaii, if that
Oh
makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
Yep, that's
Y'all getting
gentrification.
gentrified.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You better go get you some of that coin.
They're eliminating my grandparents. They're eliminating my cousins, my uncles, my family. All my heritage is being eliminated because they're buying this property and just taking over because the economy is so bad because of the goddamn Jones Act. It's one thing, okay? All our money that we make in Puerto Rico, it gets exported. It don't even get used here. It gets sent to the United States, and they use the money. It's not even used
I
in
can
Puerto
see
Rico.
why y'all want to be your own entity,
Yes,
though.
Yeah.
we want to
But
be
you know,
free.
it's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill your history because it's still in you, and you're gonna put it in
True,
your.
true. But for example, you go to Hawaii right now, you don't see Samoans like you think you see Samoans like you would back in the days, in the 50s, in the 40s, where you saw the true culture of people. It's gonna come to the point where Puerto Rico is gonna be people just barbecuing in the front yard.
So they don't have luau's in Hawaii anymore?
I'm not saying they don't, but it's more of a tourist thing. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That's how all tradition goes eventually. I think, unfortunately, it's
We're,
always
you
how.
know, we're right now in Puerto Rico. You got domino tables set up on the side, and you see old men playing dominoes for years, and they wake up every morning and they go there. You got baseball diamonds. Puerto Rico's up for baseball diamonds. They love baseball. There's
Yeah,
baseball everywhere. Okay, it's gonna come to the point where these kids coming in here, being raised in cities, don't play baseball. So guess what? The diamonds are gone. Where's the Puerto Rican baseball culture? Where is it at? It's gone because the people got eliminated.
Well,
They're just
it's up to the next each generation to keep it alive. Like it has to get passed down from one
true.
generation to another.
And I say this with no disrespect because I hated Fidel Castro. I really fucking did for what he did to Cuba. But in a sense, Cuba is still fucking Cuba.
Oh,
yeah,
If that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Cuba has cars from the 1950s that look brand fucking new and on their
they,
own with no imports, with nothing being imported into the goddamn country. They made this shit fucking work. And they're still doing their own thing. And now the borders are finally open. Cuba's finally can import things and export things if they wanted to. But that's as of recently. But for fucking 50 fucking 40 years, Fidel Castro shut all that shit down and Cuba became Cuba. And the Cubans are still Cubans. That's why I
yeah,
say that.
yeah. I think that's why we need parallel systems to, to save the cultures that, because I mean, we have that with indigenous cultures here. It's like they there's little pockets where they still exist, but a lot
Yeah,
of the.
we have that in Louisiana where I come from. I'm from one of those cultures and I watched it happen growing up and the people are fighting to keep the culture alive, but you don't really have to fight that hard cuz the culture is it's so easy to keep going cuz it's fun and it brings people together and it's not a hard culture to keep going, but the language and all the other elements we're losing. But
Yep,
that
that's
I'll
happened
give
the
it
minute we became part of the United States and the Anglo-Saxons came in.
I'll give you an example. It's a such a beach. You can YouTube it right now. It's probably like fucking 15 miles, 20 miles long. And people with money have bought property along this whole beach. And it was a private beach. This beach had like 15 ways to get into the beach, sidewalks from public access for anybody to get to this beach. Okay, any way you wanted to get to it. And then you can walk along the whole beach. And now these businesses came in, they bought this property, they built hotels, and they think they own the beach. And now the beach, we went from 15 accesses to only 2. And
Is
they're
it
kind of
still a
hidden.
public beach?
Only 2 ways to get into it. And when you get onto the beach, as soon as you start walking, they try to close it off. It's a private beach. You can't walk here. You can't be here.
Yeah, they do that in a lot of places too. There's places like in Oregon, even like where,
It's
like
not
near.
allowed. It's a public beach. It's always been a public beach. Who
Well,
makes you
why don't they
think
go
that?
enforce that?
Because, okay, dude, there's so many. For example, right now, if you get a business in Puerto Rico as a U.S. citizen, as long as you live in Puerto Rico for 6 months, you will get 15 years tax-free exemption. You pay no taxes whatsoever. As long
So
as you live there for 6 months.
are people putting their shell companies there then? Going and living
Oh,
over there for
people are
6 months?
doing all kind of shit. All you got to do is get a goddamn house live there, fucking 1 month, come back home, a business. You're living there for free, essentially. Because you got a business there anyways. You're making money off of it. But I have a house here that I can rent out for a month, live for a month, rent out for a fucking month. And you're 15 years tax-free exemption.
That's wild.
And I'm not, listen, I'm not political in any goddamn way, but ask me
Either
why Mr. Trumpo has so much property in Puerto Rico. I'm just asking. I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
Hey Jeff, have you heard about RFK Jr. and him bathing in
Look it up,
the
dude. Look it up. I'm
Oh,
not even
he's one
bullshitting.
of the white people.
bathing in the river that
No.
is toxic? Like the, yeah.
Which
He's
river?
I forget what now. It's a tributary of the Potomac River.
Oh,
Yeah, if
Potomac.
you look,
that's the one in
Potomac. It's in
D.C.
Virginia.
yeah,
DC.
it's basically like the like CDC or whatever has said you're not supposed to swim in this water, and this is like the leader of our like health supposedly. It's like kind of silly, but he did tell us like that we shouldn't listen to him for health advice, literally. So I guess that's okay.
Oh, he said that?
Yes, he did, right out of his own mouth.
Okay. Well, I don't. Like, I've never gotten health advice from him, so
Yeah, it's
I
probably not a
get that
good,
from my doctor usually.
but I don't know how he ever got his job. I guess that's how that works.
It's politics.
Yeah,
That's how all of them got their positions. But that's
yeah,
how the Biden administration people got theirs. So
yeah. It doesn't matter who did it. I think it's
Politics.
so wrong.
That's why I hate politics.
Me too. I'm a
it's
political
just how the
nihilist,
world works. I don't
really.
know
I
what
mean,
the
but
alternative would be.
it's hard to ignore completely.
The only alternative would to be to split the United States to one half and this half, and we live our own way. There's no other way.
Nope.
Like,
I think it needs to be smaller for sure.
Nope. Nope. Y'all have to fight me. Nope.
I'm not saying to cut United States in half. I'm just saying hypothetically, what is the other way? Some way that we just as people decide, okay, this is how we want to live our lives, and that's how you want to live your lives. I mean, it's no
But we
different than,
already do. That's what I love about the United States is we already do that here. Everybody lives their
but
life.
in reality, if we want another life, we can move to another country. There's other countries that live in the lifestyle that we may believe, if we're contrast the United States views of how they're living their life, where we can go there and you can agree with their life and live their life pattern and do what they want to do. Like, it was cool living. I lived in Japan for a year and a half. It was cool living in Japan. I mean, would I want to
Were
move
you
there?
able to live your life?
Yeah, I was able to live my life, and it was cool learning another culture. Personally, like seeing the
Being able
world.
to go. But yeah.
Like, I've been to Australia, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Philippines, I've been to Guam, I've been to fucking South Korea, I've been to Japan,
Wow.
and I've been to Quantico, Virginia. You know what? I was in Quantico, Virginia. I was in a re-enlist on 9/12/01.
Are you a
All right.
Fed?
No, I'm not a Fed. I'm not a Fed. Uh, I'm an electrical engineer. That's what I was in the Marine Corps, and now I build fire trucks. I'm an electrician.
Oh,
Build
well,
them.
that's right.
My grandpa was a electrical engineer.
Yeah, so that's what I was. I never saw combat. Like I said, I never shot nobody. I wasn't involved in no fucking shooting shit. I'm all about power. I give you power. I give you what the fuck you need when you need power. If we need to build a bridge, we build a bridge. You know what I mean? Type of shit. Anyways, I have a goddamn train of thought. What the fuck was that thing?
Been all over the place, different cultures.
Ultras, yeah, I lost it. I'm gonna come back
Yeah,
to it.
you
Don't
were
worry.
telling us where you travel. Was that with the military?
No, oh yeah, Quantico. I was in
Oh,
Quantico. And I was there during 9/11, dude. Like, I went to the Pentagon.
like the day of? You were there?
Yeah, the day of, dude. The day
So
of
what?
9/11. Check this out. I was supposed to re-enlist on 9/12 with my. I was married at the time. She was a Marine. I'm a Marine. We're gonna both re-enlist. And when that happened, she was like, "Fuck that, we're not re-enlisting." And the fuck, we're not. I'm like, the fuck, we're not. I mean, what the fuck, we're defending our country. And she's like, you know what? If you re-enlist, I'm getting a divorce. And I'm like, well, I already had a child coming. I'm like, I'm not gonna get divorced. So we ended up getting divorced anyways, like 5 years later, 8 years later.
But you didn't
But
re-enlist?
no, I did not re-enlist. But I remember going to the Pentagon, dude. And I remember seeing that fucking hole in that goddamn building. Like I worked in the Pentagon. I had Pentagon clearance. Okay. Like I also worked in HMX1, which is where the helicopters are stored for the president. It's choppers. It's called HMX1. It's in Quantico, Virginia. I worked in that building. You have to have clearance to get into that building. But anyways, like seeing that shit happen and being there after, like taking away debris, like in my head, like I always thought about like history. Oh, your history teaches you this, teaches you that. You see Pearl Harbor. 9/11 to me is like yesterday. And it's
Yeah.
like fucking 20 years now. And to me, it happened like yesterday. And I'll never forget it.
Oh,
And
like in your mind, it's still fresh.
only if you were there, only if you saw what was happening. Like I went to New York City. Like I live in I'm from Massachusetts, okay? Originally. But I was in Quantico, so I would go back home all the time. And to go back home, you had to go through 95 and you had to take Jersey Turnpike. And you would see the Twin Towers and you would see the smoke. You would see the towers when you were driving by when they were up. And then when the smoke was there, and you saw the goddamn tower with light. They put those goddamn light towers up for like, I'm not sure how many days they put them up. And I would drive by and see the light towers, and I'm just like, that's just crazy that a plane went into that building. And I don't know that, I mean, it's a terrorist attack. I get it. But to me, it's like, it's almost like unbelievable that I lived in a historic moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And,
How
and
old
to
were you?
be there, 2001, I was born in 78. So I was fucking, what, 22? I
Were
was
you
probably
on a
22.
reality show? Someone in the chat says you look familiar.
Nah, I was not a reality show.
He seems like he could be, though, Jeff. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm not on a reality show, man.
You are a reality
We
show.
all are now.
Yeah.
I still want to do you did the house thing, Zephyr.
The what?
Like
Oh
get a house and all go somewhere in person
yeah.
and like
I
live
I
for a
just like
few weeks
showed
and
up.
film it.
I didn't do that. I just showed up. I crashed their party. Yeah, the IRL party because I
I
like.
thought you were invited.
I
No,
got a
not really.
question.
I barely got
Uh,
clearance.
uh, Zephyr, since you read cards you say in the street, can you read cards for me right now?
Yeah. Let's grab them. They're it's right here.
All right,
What
go ahead, read
you
them out to me.
do we have time for this, Jeff? It's your
Yeah,
show. Okay.
yeah.
What's your sign? Or do you have a
Capricorn.
card? You're a
I'm a
Capricorn. Okay. So
Capricorn.
what I usually do is you got to think of a question. Keep it in your head. Do not tell me what the question is because I'm a projector. I don't want to project all over your reading. So, and the cards will tell me the answer anyways. But you'll have to concentrate on it. It should ideally be the most important thing for you to know. So, while I'm doing that, or while you're coming up with your question, I'm gonna go through the cards. I'm gonna pick 3 of them that just like intuitionally, and you'll pick one of them to represent you in the reading, and then we'll shuffle the cards and lay them out. So
Okay.
I already got 2 of them. The last one is always at the end. I should just go to the other end because my cards are funny like that.
Thank you for the fucking free reading card because I mean in the street you probably charge for this, so I
Yeah,
appreciate.
I would do this. This is what I do for money, but I would do it even if I didn't make any money. I did for so many years, just as a pastime. But like, I guess it was in 2020, my energy like got a shift somehow, because it used to like really exhaust me to read for people, so I was very sparing with who I read for. But something shifted, and I realized that I could read for like multiple people, and it actually was energizing me. So I was like, whoa, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do this for a living. And my friend Zach was doing that. Okay, so I'm going to show you these cards. If you don't like any of these cards, then this is one of them. And just
Okay.
look at the picture. And this is the second one.
Is
Okay.
that the Toth deck?
Yes, it is. And this is the third one.
Okay.
Do you like any of those? Was there one that jumped out to you?
The first one.
Okay. That's the Fool. That's a synchronicity as well, because that came up earlier. That's like the closest one to Jesus archetypically. So that's a good one. I'm going to clear the cards real quick. And do you have your question in your head?
Do I,
Take your
do I gotta say the question?
No, you don't. You don't say it under any circumstances.
Okay, yes, I have it. Yes, I have it.
Well, then I'll ask the universe to answer your question completely, succinctly, and with ease. I'm going to think about nothing, and you focus on your question until I tell you to stop.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to lay out the cards. Okay. You've been working hard.
Hmm.
Ooh, this is why you came. This is why you asked. Yeah. Okay. Just a couple more. Wow, that's good. So, whatever it was that you asked about is totally within your ability to change, and I suggest that you do. Um, so there's a young female, very like likes to argue, very willful. The card that came up as the atmosphere of the question is you're asking about somebody else, maybe? Is that what that was?
Maybe.
Okay. And then it had the Prince of Wands crossing it. So it's like that could be you working hard. I'm thinking because there's also Dominion Wand. So this person's been in your space. And there's a masculine energy as well that's an influence that's very thoughtful that has come in recently, but it's showing in the future cruelty, but the Ace of Discs. So that doesn't make a lot of sense, but the cruelty part isn't, that's like a really bad card. So I'm going to do some clarifiers on that before I give you the outcome that I've got, and then we'll do, okay, so that's good because that's very good. And then, okay, so what you think is not necessarily what is, and being mean about anything, it might be being critical of some virtue that you're unaware of in the future. And it's not going to do any good anyways, because that was the final outcome, which was futility, which means like fighting this, not that great. Aquarius, Aquarius is other people's opinions, so that's like basically that's a revolution, but it's like a kind of slow revolution. It's and the you've got no fear, which is kind of good. You've got happiness and abundance for your hopes, your double hopes, because there's no fear. Neither of those could be in any way thought of badly. But I'm going to do some clarifiers on the other one too. Success. something new's beginning, and it's gonna be like really good. Like satiety is the third and most important card, which is like the 10 of cups. You know what that is? It's fullness. Like
Okay.
things. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so fullness is the outcome, but you have to be nicer to whatever your misconstrued opinions are of someone who is actually very virtuous, very good energy, and has an ability to do make things quite a lot better. Because see, this is virtue, and then a fortune, or the sun and fortune. So those are really good, and that's what's supposed to happen here, and it was going to happen anyways. It's just made more difficult in any resistance coming up against it. So I would just stop doing that.
Thank
don't
you.
be don't be mean.
Uh, I get it. I
Okay,
appreciate
cool.
it.
Did it answer your question?
Yes.
Cool. Right on.
I
I don't know
I
what it
appreciate.
was about at all, and that's the way it should be, because it's none of
Yeah.
my.
No, but I appreciate. It really did answer my question. I'm not just even like talking shit. So
Cool.
it's kind of like weird, and but it worked out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
I had an impression of like, do you have a daughter?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got see, and I don't always need the cards to read, but yeah, whatever guy she's with is fine, if that answers that question.
Nah, that wasn't my question.
Okay,
You
but
know,
maybe that was another one that was coming out of left field, but
I'm you know, I'm a family man. You know, I have my family.
yeah.
You know, I have my wife. I have my mom. My family. My daughter. I have two daughters. I have another son. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I have one of each.
yeah.
Mine are both good adults living out in the world all by themselves, and they don't need me, so I did a good job.
But you know, and that's what we're supposed to do as parents. Ultimately, at the end, like I would say, like you know, like I'm not here to be a fucking rich ass dude and have a fucking Corvette. I want my
Yeah,
fucking kids to have a fucking better life than me. That's all I fucking want. Nothing else. Like, if my kids can go to college and fucking make 3 times more money than me, cool. Like, but I'm not a money man. But I got to a point in my life where I'm not about. I realize that money is not into me. Money don't mean shit.
but it is important. I've had to like really,
It's good to have. Oh, it's good to have. I ain't gonna
yeah, but
argue that.
you shouldn't love it. That's about it. You shouldn't love
Yeah,
it.
that's what I mean by that. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to like rely on it and like, oh my God, I need this much money. Like, nah, bro, like you can live a really good life in peace with this
Yeah,
much money. Be like, you're
human
chilling,
beings,
dude.
little you need actually in life. That's what I learned, because my house burned down twice, and all my stuff I lost it a whole bunch of times. And eventually I just was like, whoa, you know what? If I have a space, it's gonna fill up with more stuff.
Yeah. Our our apartment built down burned down when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been divorced. I started with an air mattress and a fucking goddamn laptop and a gun. You know what I
We
mean? And
a drum
and
set and a piece of wood.
yeah, like you know, like and I mean I'm military, so I mean I come from anything. I can come from the bottom and build myself back up. From the goddamn woods. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna knock me down.
I don't
But I
think
mean,
No, I'm trans, Pat. I'm a trans woman trapped in a gay man's body.
nice tits, Jeff.
nice fucking horns, Chad. I like the horns.
Yeah, the horns are nice. I like them too. I've always liked them. I want to make some really fancy ones for you that light up though. I
Oh
really
my God! I'll. Is it possible? Or do
Oh, fucking A. Yeah, I can make those. I can make them out of resin, and I can put LEDs in them. Freaking A.
so I'm having a spiritual moment.
Yeah, I would do
I
that
got
as a
lifted.
gift to you. You just have to maybe pay the shipping.
Well, let's talk.
Let's. Because I mean, I have all the supplies.
Oh, you mean you have it already?
I have all the supplies that I would need to make them.
To
Yeah, I
make
have to come
glowing
up with a way to
light up
make
antlers.
shape themselves, but it's really easy to make silicone forms. All I'd have to do is probably just make some silicone forms of horns. That's the only thing that I lack.
This is becoming the psychic channel, the psychiatric channel, because we do
Okay, listen.
astrology with Jeff. He reads birth charts, and now we have the tarot lady.
I would not be opposed to coming on it periodically if you just shoulder tap me. I mean, that's okay with me.
How do I shoulder tap, like on Discord?
Yeah, totally. If you want me to do it, just ask.
I didn't even know it was a thing until tonight. That was great.
Yeah, I read cards for
What?
OTW.
You
Hold on,
told
hold
that
on.
man you need to be nicer.
What
Stop
the fuck
being mean.
is that?
I was rolling in the back.
Yeah, I just tell it how it is,
You
and
do? Yeah, I loved it.
it's not what people want to hear all the time,
What
but
the fuck is
I've never
happening
had
right now?
I've never had somebody come back to me and tell me that my readings were bullshit. I've had a lot of repeat customers, and even a few that were not totally pleased at the time, but then they came back and they were like, "Yeah, after like left, and a few days later, it all came together, and it really helped
I
knowing what you told
appreciate
me." And
her
I was
reading. I appreciate reading. It was good. But I feel
cool.
like I feel like y'all two got your own little thing going on. I'm not sure what's up with that shit.
Us? What? What?
I,
I mean,
I
we
don't know. I want to make sure y'all Gucci. Like I feel like we're sitting in the cut. Now
was it
y'all
the
go back.
antlers?
It's like yo, what the fuck?
We've known each other for a little while, just
Yeah,
on
we're
YouTube.
we're online friends.
Yeah, online
I've got a
friends.
guy.
Okay.
He likes guys like not mine,
We grew up
thankfully.
in the same generation. I
I
think we're
don't
about the
think
same age, actually.
that to me personally, he's been a cool ass dude to me, and I'm not one of those guys that'd be like, "Oh, you like a guy? I don't give a fuck. Whatever you choose in your life, you're your own person. We're all human beings. I respect
Yeah,
everybody. I love everybody.
That's a very Gen X thing, and we're all
I think so
individuals.
too.
So
And
like,
now it's all group. Like what group identity are you part
but to
of?
me,
Yeah,
it's your choice. I don't give a fuck. To me, I don't see you as that person. I'm seeing you as Gen X,
Yeah,
as that person. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you
yeah.
do.
That's
What,
how we grew up. Like you
and that's
see
how it
I'm
should
each
be.
born
person as the
77, so
individual person they are.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna be here like, oh my god, Gen X is fucking likes guys or fucking except for likes women. Like, oh my god, am I doing different? Like, fuck that. I don't give a
I
fuck.
I do like
The
women,
fuck you
but
want to do?
too. And I have a man, so if you know any
And
Asian ladies, especially
shout
that
out,
are being
shout out to your man. Shout out to your man for you liking women and him seeing you digging at women. Like,
it hasn't happened yet, but I definitely paved the road for that to come into fruition.
Oh, have you now?
Oh yeah, we've discussed it ever since the very beginning. I mean,
Is
this is
he
what
into it, or is it more of
he's
something
fine.
you're
He's
wanting?
fine with it. As a matter of fact, if she was like particularly good at domestic things, that would make him so happy. And that's what
Like, see, wha- are you not doing your domestic duties?
I am more of a provider than a domestic
So
goddess.
Okay, I get it now.
I mean, it's like I take care of my own shit, and I do some of his shit too, but I am not like a housewife.
Do you bring him sandwiches?
Sometimes,
Oh.
especially if he asks, but he has this thing where he doesn't like to ask for anything.
Wait, how is it so bright? What is he getting abducted?
I think he just opened his door and he has really dark tinted windows. Is what it
What is
seems like.
that? But what's the light? Is that sunlight?
Was that sunlight or was that your garage? You're muted.
Oh, you're on mute. How is your car so dark? I thought it was night.
It's not nighttime; it's daytime.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I'm all thrown off. And then all of a sudden I see this big bright light. No, I
No,
thought as we were talking it got darker and darker and darker. You were sitting in your car because it was
that was
lighter
the
when you
garage
first came
door.
on.
That was the
That's what
garage door.
threw me.
yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, it's got to be sunlight out there.
Nah, it was the garage door light came on, so I put it
Was it the
on.
police?
Nah,
Oh.
you know what's so funny? I don't. I have a school in front of me, and they have an open lot, like with no property. Like it's a field they use whatever they want to use. So I'll never have neighbors in front of me, and they have woods behind me. And the cops aren't really here. I mean, they're down the street by the by the school, but I see them all the time. I mean, I don't know. The cops are pretty cool. I'm in a
Yeah, I
small ass.
But you're like new. They don't know you. They don't know you're past everything there, right? So you're just a part of the town now.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I fly a Puerto Rican flag above my garage.
Yeah, but that's not that in and of itself is nothing to be concerned about. But
some
like all your gang stuff and they don't know any of
neighborhoods,
that.
that would
Oh
be
no, no. I mean, no. I mean, first of all, that's way behind me. That was 20 years ago. Like,
So they just see you as a person, like you're just
oh,
part of the town.
yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, the town is so. The town is. How about this? The town that I was in before was maybe 10,000 people. I moved to this town, and the people in this town are very close knitted. The school has been the kids like they go through here, they live here. It just
Hmm.
stays continuous. That makes sense.
Yeah, I
And
grew up in towns like that.
yeah, so here I'm from Mount Field. I'm coming in. I'm buying this property. Cool. It's a nice property. Blah blah blah. But it's like, uh, I fly a Marine Corps flag and I fly a Puerto Rican flag, but I don't fly a U.S. flag. Not that I don't knock in the U.S. If I'm already showing a Marine Corps flag, I shouldn't have to fly a U.S. flag. That's how I look at it. And I'm
Okay.
Puerto Rican, so that just goes above. And I'm not knocking the U.S. in any way, but I'm very cultural of where I've come from and where I was born at. So I fly that proudly, but I also fly a Marine Corps flag. So that should in no way should knock anybody with what I'm related with as far as the U.S. How I feel about the United States of America. But people still may, and I've been in a few bars where I go in and people look at me all weird, but I think originally it's because I'm not from the town, so I'm like an outsider originally, and then they
Yeah,
see you.
and it takes a while sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, it takes some time. Where now I've been here 2 years, where now I can go to a local establishment. Oh, how you doing? They know who I am. They might know my name, but in the beginning it was like, what the fuck, like, and it was kind of like, oh shit, it's like starting brand new, which
Hmm.
being in the military, moving all the time is a common thing for me, but for my family or my wife, it's like, okay, like you might not appreciate that. But my last property had 35 acres, but I was in a country and I had no sidewalks. I had nothing, nobody for 6, 8 miles around me. But
yeah, that's how I was too. It's so much fun to listen to music in the middle of the night.
dude, you
Full
can
blast,
walk out naked. You can
Oh
go out
yeah.
naked and all this shit.
blow things up
But
in your
we
front
had
yard.
But we had no sidewalks. We had, and I had two dogs at the time. I put one down, but I had two American bulldogs. They're like 130 pounds. They're big ass dogs. They need to be walked. They need to have property to walk around and roam in. They just can't be in a house in an apartment type shit. And it was cool, but we were so country that the roads were so narrow. People would just come down 80 miles an hour, almost hit you. And we had no cable because we're in the country. We had no internet, and we only had cell phone service. All right, and an antenna for cable. And to be honest, I lived there for 7 years. I've been here for 2 years. Since I moved there, I have not paid for cable. I literally use an antenna for all my cable. And I don't give a fuck. Whatever I get for free, I get, but I'm not paying $120 a goddamn month to have cable in my house. I'm not saying that's what it costs, but whatever it costs, I'm not paying that money. I'll use the antenna. I have my cell phone, I have internet. I want to see it on my TV. I just Chromecast it to my TV. It's on my big screen. I sit in my living room and I watch it on my goddamn TV.
If you have internet, you can watch almost anything through streaming.
Now, I do have internet through my cell phone company. Okay. Where I'm at now, they have cable, but it costs more for cable, dude. Just to
Yeah.
have internet in my cell phone company.
I
I'm like,
haven't had cable in like over 10 or 15 years.
yeah, dude.
Is that the
I'm,
puppies? Tell me that's not. The last time we saw
That is
these, they were
puppies.
little
I know they're
tiny
so
cute
big,
little
right?
puppies.
Now they're so big.
Oh my god, they've like tripled in size.
Yeah, this is Copper. Ouch!
Did you end up naming that dog Kitchen?
No,
I
the
mean that
cat
cat?
though. Yes, I'm gonna name the cat Kitchen.
Oh,
Is that a bad
Zephyr.
name?
how many do you have? How
We
many
have
dogs? You got?
three. We got three brothers. They
Okay.
just all, they just all split. They're running. Hey, I gotta get them over here. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna wrap up soon. We've been going for a little while.
I appreciate you having me on the panel, bro. Uh, I'm gonna subscribe, of course.
Oh yeah, please do. I'm glad you
Good
stopped by.
turnout, good turnout, good people, good
Yeah,
vibes.
this is a
Uh,
great one.
shout out to Track, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and Zephyr and Gen X. I think the other guy was his name was Leggy, was his name? Or
Leggy, yeah, Leggy was
yeah,
here.
Leggy and Dolbs.
Dobez, yeah, from Norway, and we had Busker from Baltimore.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
Hey
hey,
Shelby.
all cool cats. And I appreciate it. It was a good turnout. And you know, thanks for letting me on, bro. I'm gonna fucking go home and fucking. Actually, I'm already home, but I'm gonna put some burgers on the goddamn grill
Oh
with my
man.
shades on. With my shades on, and make a fucking cheeseburgers with some fucking maybe a baked potato on the grill. It's 9 o'clock at night. I don't work tomorrow. I don't work Fridays. I have a 3-day weekend every weekend. I love life. So salute to everybody in the world right now. All
Oh,
right.
hang
Peace and
tight,
love
man.
to everybody. Peace and love to everybody.
Nice meeting you. I'm
You
gonna
as
get
well.
out
Maybe I catch you on the rebound. All right.
for sure. You'll see me around. I'm a panel hopper.
All right. Well, hey,
Take
hey.
care.
No doubt.
Take,
Salute.
salute.
See you later, Jeff.
Take
Thanks.
care, Miss Zephyr.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, seriously. I always.
Yeah, thanks for coming up and thanks for doing the reading.
Yeah, no problem. It's always fun. I love it. And I'll see what I could do about making you some horns.
Yeah. I love
That'd be awesome, right?
I really I like the astrology stuff and I like the readings.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll see you later, sir.
Alrighty, you have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Take care. All right, that was fun. I enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I thought it was fun. Anyway, I will be out tomorrow at some point. I have the day off, so sometime during the day probably. Um, and we'll do another panel and go from there. I guess that's it for me. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Jax and Shelby, hello, good to see you. Brooke was here yesterday, so I'm so knowing y'all are still out there and everything. Jeff, Chopper Jeff, even Pat, Vinny Pots and Pans, Not Laws. It wouldn't even be a stream without you. Internet, IG. All right, have a good rest of your night. Oh, thanks, Phil. This is you? Okay. I'll put your channel in. What was I saying? Yeah, have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or whenever. Here we go. All right, take care.